Welcome back, everyone, to episode 51 of the Quarantine Cast here on Beyond the Brick. I'm Joshua Hanlon, and I've got Brian Saviano and Kirk Wilson back with me today. And we'll be having a few guests join us later on as well. So let's jump on into it. So I will be hopefully completing the Taj Mahal today. You never know with the rate I build at, though. We'll see if I can actually get this done on this stream. But my goal is to do the second half of the Taj. For those who didn't see last week, here's where I'm at right now. So that's my goal for this stream. Brian, you have a really cool box you just opened.
It was like the Ark of the Covenant because of the way Kirk sealed it up. But I do have the Quarantine Cast prints in my possession now. They have each of the autographs on them. Well, I still got to sign them, but they have the autographs on them, and they will be shipping out as of today going forward. So you can hit the link in the description or chat or wherever John wants to put it. You can get yours for yourself. So that's pretty exciting.
If you missed last week's episode, we unveiled that 1-year anniversary print, and it's got lots of Easter eggs from the show, represents a lot of the different people that are in the chat and have joined over the last year that we've done this. So definitely go pick up your copy of that if you haven't yet. It's on Brian's Etsy store. You can go over and check that out.
Yep, they will be shipping as of today. So if you've ordered them already, they will be shipping out today, and then they basically go until they run out. So get yours while you can. They've been selling pretty well. So, yeah, pick it up if you want to.
Nice.
There we go. Do you have a build today, Brian?
You know, I literally just walked in because I wanted to see like a professional. I wanted to have these on deck to show off. So I ran to the post office, grabbed them, sat down. I haven't even had a sip of the coffee. I haven't made my presence known in my office yet. I gotta reestablish. I do have some. Do I have stuff to build? That I can? We'll see. We'll figure it out.
There's always more minion sets. What do you have, Kirk?
Today I'm probably gonna just work on finishing Bowser's Castle, which I gotta go and get that ready. But probably gonna finish that today, and then we'll see what else happens.
Kirk, that set is literally like 35 pieces. There's not much to it.
The Bowser's Castle. No, I did most of it. I gotta just do the other half, and then it'll be finished. We'll see.
You're supposed to have a more comedic answer, but okay. No, that's fine.
I'm sorry. I'm just not there right now.
Your signature on here looks pretty good.
Thank you.
Looks very professional.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what the heck to do because I'm not used to signing things, so it's like.
What, you don't pay for the bill at when you go out to eat or anything?
Not that.
Kirk's a freeloader, chat.
No,
nice.
no.
He's never signed his name ever.
Nope. Never.
I signed my name a lot and it still doesn't look good. So apologies to everyone who.
Let me see. You can tell John signs the documents around Beyond the Brick because his looks like he's signing a multi-million-dollar deal. Joshua's looks like it's literally at a 7th grade. But I sign this as if you're getting an autograph from a celebrity. I think each of us have a very telling signature.
I've signed my name a lot for different things and like at conventions and stuff, but I never have developed like a decent looking signature that looks like I know what I'm doing.
I saw Brian's. I was like, geez, he's just showing us all out. I don't know what to do about this.
Instead of paying attention in math class, I would literally practice my signature because I knew one day people would retire. And I wish I was lying too. I really wish I was lying, but no, my ego was even that big back then.
Wow. So that was my problem. I didn't practice my signature enough in math class.
Yeah, you actually got a college degree. So that's
I didn't leave time in between all my degrees to practice my signature, apparently.
Right. I forgot you have more than one. Lest we forget.
My mistake. Obviously, your practice is serving you much better now.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm probably going to sign a bunch of these while on the show. So if you want to, get a live signature, there you go. But yeah. Luckily, it's just not us here today because that would be boring.
Ooh.
Would it now?
Who else do we have, Brian?
I don't know. You're in charge here.
We've got.
There's Jeff.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Yo,
You guys want to give your feedback on our Christmas search if you get a copy of
Is it just
You
me
guys
or
hear?
does the mic sound?
Jeff, mute your microphone.
Okay, I don't. Oh, okay, sure.
Joshua?
Talk, Joshua.
Yeah, can you hear me?
There we go.
Okay.
That's strange.
Okay. Jeff, I'll
It's-
message you.
No, I got my headphones on. There's no backlash coming from. Okay.
Well, there we go. We're good.
Who all is in chat? Thanks everyone for joining us in chat. Let's see how many. We have 6 Twitch viewers and 2 Twitter viewers.
Nice.
Our Twitch viewers have been slowly going up over the last couple weeks.
Oh, nice.
Starting to get some followers over there.
Well, that's good.
All right, let me go ahead and get Bowser's Castle, and then I'll be back.
Yeah, get it out there, Kirk.
Yes.
It's like a UFC poster signature. You got all the heavyweights of the Lego community on here. You literally almost everyone. It's great. So obviously, this isn't everybody that's ever appeared on the show, right? But there's always, you never know what might pop around in the future. But I think we could have done like a post. This is what I thought about for like Beyond the Brick. Like, what if you did like a tour poster, something like that, and then it was like, oh, we're gonna be here, we're gonna be there. That's kind of what this invokes as well, in a way.
That's true. Captured it very nicely.
What, Nick, hi.
Hello. How's it going? You guys
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
No idea why you're here.
Excited to be hanging out with you guys today. I'm just working on a little bit of building while I do it.
Nice, awesome. I switch between YouTube and Twitch. Yeah, I feel like the dedicated Twitch people definitely are on Twitch. There's 9 people now, so thank you, Twitch people.
Oh yes, we're gonna meet up with old gray bricks in waffle houses around the country. That's a great idea, Chris.
Why would you do that?
Oh, what's better place for a meetup than a waffle house?
I think the town dump at that rate.
You said you've never even been to one, right?
I went to a Waffle House one time, and that was far enough.
You did one time?
Well,
okay.
Hey,
Well,
at least you didn't say Denny's. At least you didn't say Denny's.
I didn't get stabbed. I didn't go to I didn't. Yeah, better than Denny's. I posted on my Facebook page because of the conversation that we had, a little while ago, talking about what needed to go out of a group of 9, and on there was pancakes, waffles, coffee, apple juice, whatever, and grits was one of them. The overwhelming choices were grits and coffee to be ixnayed from the breakfast, assortment. Which I was thrown off by the coffee because I thought everyone was addicted to coffee.
Shocking.
But I don't grits. Grits is probably more of a regional thing, which is why people voted it off. But the coffee, I was very surprised by.
No, they voted it off because it's not any good.
But coffee is delicious.
I know, right? It is.
Shout out
Especially
to
Brixo
Brixo Brew.
Yeah, right. Exactly. There it is, right back here. Bam.
Hey, so does anybody have a good idea, or maybe 57 of them we could talk about?
We talked about that a little bit last week. So we talked about a bunch of them over the course of the past couple of months when they were one by one being inducted into the 10,000 club. So we don't know the actual results of that yet. That'll be soon enough. But we do know the results of a brand new Lego set that's not from Ideas. Anyone? No?
Friends?
Yeah,
Well,
that's it.
Maybe a couple of friends will tell us. That's what I was trying to say, and I missed the pun. I'm sorry.
That's a thing
Yep.
that exists. If you have the central perk, then you might be interested in getting this new Lego friend set, obviously not to be confused with the original property that Lego's come out with. So it involves Monica's apartment and Chandler's apartment, Joey's apartment, whichever. So that's a set coming out. How much is it? Do you know? I know Nick posted about it.
$149.99 US,
Oh!
99 Canadian.
Oh, wow!
That's a lot of money.
Wow!
Yeah.
It's a big set though. It's over 2,000 pieces.
Can you be any more of a cost non-efficient set?
Wow! I want to, but I need to see how big it is. I mean, so Central Perk, that was over 1,000 pieces. So, and that was what,
50.
70?
No, it was 50 or 60, one of those two.
Mamma mia! Wow, that's a lot, man. Yeah, 2,048 pieces, $150 US. Early access May 19th, so you got a little over a week. Set number 21319, and has how many minifigures? 1, 2, 3, 7. 7.5-ish.
All right, I like the reclining chairs.
Yeah, the reclining chairs are very cool. Lots of details from obviously all the different episodes of Friends. Includes the 2 living rooms from each, but it doesn't include the rooms that are attached to them, ergo the bathroom, the bedroom, whatever, which I saw a very small fraction of people complain about. And to them, I say, why would you want the scenes? Like, there's not many scenes going on in the various bathrooms and bedrooms. It's the 2 living rooms. So if you can mock the rest if you want to. But this is already a $150 set with 2,000 pieces. It's a lot.
I know that for when I'm building a mock and I'm building a playset, I always make sure to have bathrooms and bedroom. I don't know why people would be mad about that either.
Yeah, I don't know. But this is basically the only other Friends set that ever needs to come out. This is it. They don't need to release anything else. Oh my God. Lots of references, and it's pretty accurate, all things considered.
I love the canoe.
That canoe is cool. I have no idea why it's here because I haven't seen much of Friends, but I like the canoe piece.
Joey and Chandler got robbed, and that was the only thing they could find to use as a couch.
There you go.
Between you having the central perk in this, you got everything, and this is, I mean, you could get other side characters too, but this is the end all be all Friends set, really, for anyone else. Even if you don't care about central perk, this would be it. So.
Is Joey dressed in all of Chandler's clothes?
Yes.
That was a great episode. Sorry.
So yeah.
Nice.
So for people who are big fans of this show, how accurate is this? Do they do a good job?
I would say it's very accurate. I love that they included the hallway as well. And you could have probably done 2 separate sets of this if you really wanted to, but then again, who would buy 3 Friends sets? I think putting both together is a smart move, but it definitely is a little intimidating compared to the initial Lego Ideas run, because $70 or $60 is a lot more approachable than $150, but then again, you get everything. So yeah, that's basically it. And that comes out, I think, June 1st for regular people, although the VIP card is free. May 19th, you can do it that way. And, yeah. I think that's the only official set news we've gotten all week, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
A bit of a slow time in set announcements.
Yes. What's weird is that there's a lot of stuff coming out June 1st everywhere else, but then August 1st in the U.S. So a lot of that is kind of stacked out in a weird way. So we got to wait on news for that. Yeah, for the filthy Americans, they got to dial it back a little bit. Someone who never dials it back is the one and only Esh Daddy with a $19.99 super chat. LME Toys, building your mind 1 brick at a time. Thank you very much, Esh Daddy, for your continued support on the quarantine.
Esh Daddy.
Big cheers to Esh Daddy. Got to toss in Esh Daddy at the bottom right there. There it is.
Look at that orange highlighted comment and everything.
Yep, it's literally 1 for 1. Can you toss the super chat on the screen real quick? Yeah, see? 1 for 1. Colors and everything. Perfect.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, there was the Bad Batch reveal, and there was the Stranger Things official trailer teaser for season 4 and for a new Lego set.
Okay.
Are we not talking
We
about
know that
that?
Joshua's uncultured. Joshua, have you seen Stranger
Star
Things?
Wars? Oh.
I mean, either.
I watched. So Timmy is a big Stranger Things fan. I watched the first season with him because he wanted me to see it, and that's the only season I've seen. It was fine. I enjoyed it. I just haven't taken the time to watch anything since then. But he's followed it with each new season a lot closer than I have. So I'm familiar with the characters, at least from the first season. But besides that, I don't know what's going on.
Well, we also know what's going on, at least in the chat here, because Lost Dwarf did a $20 super sticker saying that you are amazing. Thank you, Lost Dwarf, for the $20 holla. Thank you. I watched all of Stranger Things after being unconvinced, or being convinced after a bunch of my friends said, you got to watch it, you'll really like it. I thought I would watch one episode a week up to season 3. I binged all of it and caught up to season 3, and I thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was always a shame that the one set we got out of it was the house, which makes sense for the show. Like you understand like with the house, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They only did that, but it makes sense that they made that set because it was obviously the buyer's house, and it being flipped is the upside down, but you're building the same thing twice. So hopefully if they reveal anything soon, it's going to be more than just like a flip-flop of whatever. It'll be like a substantial thing.
I know that a bunch of us were hoping for a Starcourt Mall like mini set or something like that from the 3rd season, but yeah, that's a no-go. It looks like we might be getting Hawkins Lab. That's just speculation.
Not sure.
I feel like that's a little boring by comparison of what Starcourt Mall would look like.
Yeah, so do I.
I mean, we'll see what happens.
Apparently, we're neglecting a big set that was revealed, the Bad Bad Shuttle.
Well, the Bad Bad Shuttle is kind of whatever. Well, it's not kind of whatever. That got revealed on, I think like Tuesday or something. Last Tuesday after the show.
May the 4th.
So if you had seen the first episode of the show, you will have seen the debut of what is basically a continuation of the Clone Wars. Instead of them doing a new season of that, they're kind of shifting to doing the Bad Batch, which is about a platoon of genetically modified clones that have their own unique abilities compared to what a normal clone would be. They're more so free thinkers by comparison to the other ones, and their ship, along with all the minifigures from that ensemble, were revealed. So you get the Bad Batch shuttle, all 5 of the crew, as well as a Gonk droid. And I've only seen episode 1, so I don't necessarily have a massive connection to the characters or the story or anything like that. But I heard a lot of the kids are very unhappy, very, very vehemently unhappy that this is a sand blue vehicle and not light bluish gray. To that which I say, anytime you have a non-gray Star Wars ship, please make it. I don't want more gray. We're all set. So I'm fine.
Speaking of making people very unhappy, we haven't addressed the video you made on inaccurate Star Wars sets, Brian, and how controversial that has been.
Okay.
What happened with that?
Like a good content creator, I'm in the comments section answering a couple questions. What did I mess up on? What did I miss? Okay? Because that's what you do. It's good for engagement. Get the people talking. Jonathan knows this, which is why I'm in there. I got to defend myself. The first thing I went on with that list of the most inaccurate Star Wars sets, spoiler alert, was the Sand Speeder. Okay? The Sand Speeder, of which has not been featured in any movie. It's not been featured in any animated TV show. Nothing. It's not popular. It's not whatever. And then the amount of people that were like, actually, Mr. Saviano, it was featured in the Legends book and in the Hasbro initially made a sand speeder. You know why Hasbro made a sand speeder? Is because they had nothing else to make toys out of and they made it up. It's a non-existent vehicle that they only decided was real until after they made the toy, after Hasbro made it up. So it doesn't exist. But the amount of people the amount of people that were like, no, Brian, how dare you? How dare you not know that there's a sand speeder in Star Wars Legends in the 15th page of the 3rd chapter of this random book that's not canon anymore? I love you guys. I don't care. I'm over here signing autographs. Okay. I don't got time to deal with sand speeder drama. Okay. So thank you for the comments, everybody. Appreciate it. But I'm going to continue signing autographs. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. I'm done.
Look for more controversial videos coming soon from Brian.
Yep. That's it.
Can't wait.
In regards to the Bad Bad Shuttle, I have not watched the first episode. I have not even seen enough of Clone Wars to know anything about those characters, so that's probably the main reason why I forgot about it being a thing that was revealed. I don't know, it just doesn't appeal to me as much. Eventually I might sit down and watch Clone Wars, but I'm not in a rush.
Sounds good. Nick, what are you building?
Not Big Chungus. You're on mute.
I'm building the Pixar lamp.
Oh. Neat.
Yeah. It was a special viewer build request on yesterday's stream. I do those once a month, where if someone's build gets voted on, I'll use my entire collection to build it rather than just a handful of pieces like I normally do. And this was the request that won.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I had a late night discussion with Nick because I put out a tweet that was just me in this chair in the dark, and it was a small video, and I just said big Chungus. And I talked about Big Chungus. And then Nick messaged me and he said, Brian, go to bed. And I said, no.
I said the exact same thing to you. I was like,
and I didn't listen to either of you. And I said, Nick, do you not know what Big Chungus is? And he's like, no. Big Chungus is a variation of Bugs Bunny that is a meme. He's a big, thick bunny. Big bunny. Big Chungus. He's a big chungalunga-bunga.
Yeah, it doesn't need to exist at all.
Well, it does. And so I said to Nick, on the next viewer build request night, I'm going to raid you, and then my chat is going to advocate for you building Big Chungus. Because he does it every Monday. When I raid him, you get whatever. So raided him last week, and his parents were playing Fall Guys. And I'm like, all right, let's not tell Nick to build the big chungalunga bunga while his parents are there. That's a little embarrassing. Let's hold off on it. This week, he's building the Pixar lamp. That's clearly not a giant, thick Bugs Bunny. It's a lot more impressive than that. But we need the Big Chungus, Nick.
I don't think anyone needs Big Chungus, to be honest. I just think we could all do better off without it.
Yeah.
Nobody's on my side.
Simpler and happier this way.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
All right.
I don't think we need Chungus.
Okay.
I'm sure Nick's parents were disappointed.
I'm sure they were too, Joe.
You don't know how much I backpedaled in my stream. Like, oh, no. His parents are there. No. We don't need to do that. We don't need to spam. No, we're good. Don't do it. Trying to be all nice and
speaking of which, I think last week our first raid train was a success. The creator that we sent people over to seemed to appreciate it. So I'm glad we could figure that out.
yes, Jake was very appreciative of that.
Oh, did we pass the love on to Jake after this?
Mhm.
Perfect. I was going to suggest that, so I'm glad you guys already got it.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Like
That's a spicy question from Deanna. So what's more important to you, Brian? Big Chungus or Peach's Castle?
That's not even a question. It's Peach's Castle, but this is more so a meme for not even a meme. It's just a desire for Nick to build Big Chungus.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, I will happily continue to crush your hopes and dreams, Brian.
well, thank you, Nick.
Good.
You're welcome.
I miss you too, Andres. Every day of my life, every second. I miss you.
Do you need to get out the ukulele?
No, I actually have him break out the ukulele on my stream.
Oh man, that was so good. We need to clip that part out of last week's stream and post that separately.
So I have it as a channel point redemption on my channel. So if somebody has 7,000 points, they can redeem it, and the clip of Andres playing it. That happens. Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Here we got Jake in the chat right here.
There's Jake.
Thanks for joining us.
Hey.
And he'll be streaming at 4 p.m. Eastern. Well, 3 p.m. for you, Jeff.
Yeah, sorry. I get confused with all your crazy timetables and whatnot, and the who's it's and the geez.
So Lego Show news has really been like coming back with a force while we get Dan in here.
Speaking of Lego shows, he's going to one this weekend.
He is.
Yeah, sure am.
So if you're in the New Zealand area and you're going to the Lego show,
You're
go
just
say
in the
hello to
entire
Dan.
area of New Zealand.
No matter what, it's an 8-hour drive from north to south.
Yeah, this one's about as far south as you can go, by the way.
Oh, right on the beach, man.
Right. Sorry, I'm fashionably late. Brian did promise me a big, rocky entrance and stuff.
Well, yeah, there it is. Yep.
Yeah, but you said you were going to do the singing, Brian. What the heck?
Singing. I'm busy eating an egg and cheese sandwich. I was going to toss over to you for talking about what brick convention you're going to while I eat this sandwich.
So do those coasters come with
sounds
authentic Brian Saviano egg and cheese biscuit sandwich crumbs?
No, they are off to the side now. I'm a true professional and will not be putting any amount of my DNA on those.
Oh
coasters.
man.
Well, I mean, you leave dead cells as you.
He doesn't want to be
That's not
cloned.
important. Yeah.
Is Nick making the Disney Pixar light?
No, it's actually Big Chungus.
No.
Seems
Wow.
reasonable.
You really had to go there, Josh, huh? That is
So-
indeed what I've been working on, Dan.
Is it anywhere in
Nailed
your
it.
content schedule to make some sort of, even if it's super like crafty and homemade, bouncing of the thing, of the lamp?
I wasn't thinking that. I was actually just gonna whip up the letters in very simple Lego text to do with the picture because I thought, like, can you really build a Pixar lamp and not have it like say Pixar? But
Mhm.
I don't know if I'd go for the jumping.
Even if it's just like your hand, just like
Maybe that sounds like a good TikTok.
this is what I'm talking about. You're a full-time content creator, 5-head plays, Nick. You know this.
Oy.
But yeah, there are a lot more Lego shows that have announced dates and are scheduling stuff for the U.S. now. So we were talking about, I think, like Brick Rodeo and Brick Fair Virginia are on. I think we talked about that last week, but Brick Slopes is at the end of August now. You've got Nebraska Brick Days is also happening. You've got smaller Brick World shows that are happening in like end of September or into October as well, like Brick World Indy, places like that. So a lot of exciting stuff hopefully coming up kind of second half of the year.
So I want to ask you a question because we talked about this privately for a hot second about how if they do a private show at Brick Fair, Virginia, which is known to be one of the more one of the largest Lego shows, bringing together the biggest sort of creator diversity and everything else, right? If the public isn't there for these creators to show off their stuff, do you think there's going to be as much of a desire for them to go? Or is it just going to be more so of a giant conglomerate of all these, Lego people there together hanging out? But like, why would they spend the time to bring all their creations and have it on display? Like, what do you think is going to happen?
It's hard to say. I think most people will still bring their builds because they want other builders to see them, and mostly just because they put so much work into it, so they want to show it off to people. Now, for like our perspective of what we do at Beyond the Brick, the struggle is going to be if there is no public time, can we find builders to interview by their builds if they're not, because normally we do almost all our videos on the public days when people are by their builds talking to the public. So I think there will still be a good number of builds. There might be a few people that don't bring stuff if there's no public, but I think most people will. But my concern would be that hopefully we can track down builders and find people to chat with if they have their stuff on display.
Yeah.
I know that a couple of the older builders that I know are treating it like a class reunion. And so like they're really excited to get together and show off whatever they've built over the last year and a half. But I tend to agree with Brian on this. It just seems like a private lug party. I don't know. And like, I don't know, it doesn't really do anything for the community if we're showing off all these builds. And it's just it's cool to show off to other Lego folks and other AFFLs, but I don't know. It's just my 2 cents, I guess.
I mean, there's a lot of builders who didn't spend time by their builds during the public hours anyway. A whole lot of builders don't. So I mean, to them,
I never like
oh, right. That's always been like one of my biggest pet peeves with shows is people who don't interact with the public at all. I kind of get it. I mean, they see these people once a year, other AFOLs they want to interact with, so they go do their own thing. Maybe they're tired out, they don't feel like, standing by their build, but at least spend some time interacting with people. It seems like if you're bringing the build, and it's just such a great way to get kids interested in building their own stuff, which kind of keeps the community growing and people coming back to the shows in the future.
The thing with Brick Fair Virginia specifically, it's a 5-day, week-long event. There's plenty of days where the public isn't there and people hang out and get a hotel room and go to the con. Like, you got plenty of time. So, like, even if you don't see these people, you see them once a year, you still got all this time to do other stuff. Like, talk to some young people that want to be builders and want to check out what you're doing.
Yeah. So I have a question. Over here, so obviously when we have a brick show, the public access pay to come into the show, and the proceeds from that pays for the venue essentially for the weekend and whatnot. Because like none of our lugs are flush enough to be able to pay 12, 13, 14, 15,000 or 40 or 50,000, whatever it is, for a massive arena. How do they pay for the venue without the public access?
Well, normally they do have the public to pay for it. You're saying like this year, if like Brick Fair doesn't have public, I'm not sure how that would work actually.
I heard that from maybe this is through the grapevine or through the website, that if the 1,000 AFOLs showed up to the show and paid like normal, then it would pay for the convention hall, which I wholeheartedly do not believe at all.
Yeah, I don't see how that's possible.
No, that costs thousands and thousands of dollars. I mean, everybody, what's a typical Brick Fair entry fee like? It's stupid low. It's very low.
For registration, it's like $60 or something.
That's nothing compared to a normal convention. PAX East is $60 a day for a show in Boston. Obviously, much different circumstances, but like to get logistics and paying the staff that needs to be there. There's, the union that ends up putting all the tables out. Like that is I think it's way too low. So I don't know. And it's normally for profit. So like a charity sort of thing, they do charitable events and whatnot, but they do enough to cover it's his business over here with Brick Fair, at least.
Right. Yeah, I don't, that's a good question. Now I do think I just saw yesterday, DC just announced that I think June 11th, basically no restrictions on like sporting venues and things like that. So I would think by the beginning of August, they probably will have a public portion to that show based on what the local area is indicating at this point.
DC Fandom, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of DC, I built a Batmobile.
Nice.
Kind of a throwback to the 66. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was a fun build.
Nice.
Looks good.
Thanks.
Brian, I'm sure the staff at Brick Fair puts out the chairs and stuff. No, they don't actually. So as somebody who has worked the staff at Brick Fair last time it was a thing, the tables all get put out by the people working at the convention center, and they are union, which as far as I understand means like you don't touch that stuff, they take care of it, and that's that. That's how it goes. So you can rearrange stuff, and the dividers for like when you see like the play areas and whatnot, all the rods with the curtains and stuff, that is done by Brick Fair. All of the stanchions that go around all the displays, that's done by Brick Fair, which provided if there's no public, there isn't necessarily a need to have that stuff because, adult fans are probably not going to tackle a display and, pick stuff off the table. So a lot of that stuff is mitigated, but there's still a lot of stuff that goes into setting everything up. Todd's got to pay for his hotel room, got to pay for the hotel rooms of the staff. That's a whole part of the process. So there's parts of it it's still a massive cost to just rent the thing in general, let alone people got to pay their bills and live.
Yeah.
How big is the show you're going to, Dan?
Nowhere near the scale that you guys are talking about. So it's in a God, when we it's quite hard to explain the difference in scale between the New Zealand and the US. So it is in a sports arena, but this would be probably a sports arena similar to the size you'd see in a high school, maybe. What I've seen, from what I've seen on movies and TV, this would be about the size of a high school. Because the thing is, it's like I've seen on movies and TV that a sports arena that you get at a college or a university is like the size of a city for us. So,
yeah, there's some massive college like football stadiums.
Yeah, it's crazy. So this would be about probably what I'd be the size of a high school. I'd say there'll probably be somewhere between. I'm just guessing based on last year, the year before, I should say, probably 50 to 80 exhibitors, maybe 100 with add-ons and family and whatnot. They'll probably get 5,000 to 6,000 people through the show over the course of the weekend.
That's not a bad number of public at all for a show that size.
Yeah, well, and it's it's in a city, the city of Invercargill. I don't know how many people are in that city, but it's not huge. It's it's one of the smaller cities, and it's in it's way down the bottom of the South Island, which is nowhere near as densely populated as sort of like top of the North Island, so to speak. Auckland's got over 1 million people. Southland probably. In Invercargill alone, I'd have to look it up, but I'd imagine maybe a couple of 100,000 in the city. So, I guess the thing over here, the numbers through the door kind of reflect the size of the venues that we have, and it'll be a good show because it's the first one this year, second one this year. Can't remember. But they didn't do theirs last year because it got cancelled. So they'll be all chomping at the bit to get out there and show off what they've been up to.
Nice. Yeah, it's exciting to see stuff starting back up. We're actually, because so many shows had to reschedule to the second half of the year, there's a lot of shows that are the same weekend as each other. So we're going to be trying, I think, a couple different weekends where we are at one show and then fly to a different show like Saturday night so that all of Sunday we can cover a different show, which we've never really done that before. We have done in the past, like one show in like Europe and then the next weekend coming back and flying to the US for a different show, which is very difficult and not an enjoyable experience to do 2 shows in a row on different continents.
That sounds stressful.
It is, yes. Jet lag and everything catches up with you and it's not great. But we did it a couple times. But within the U.S., I think we can handle doing 2 shows in the same weekend. So basically our goal will be just kind of get all of the main highlight stuff from each of these shows. And hopefully that'll work well just because all these shows are happening, but they had to schedule for the same weekend, a lot of them. So we'll cover what we can.
Well, I know you guys are going right from Brick Rodeo to Virginia. Am I incorrect there? Or?
So those 2 shows are 2 weekends apart. We're going from the weekend of Brick Rodeo is the Nebraska Brick Days as well. So we are going that same weekend. We'll fly Saturday night from Houston up to Omaha and cover Nebraska Brick Days on Sunday.
Let me know if you guys need a ride to the airport. I'm going to be there, so.
Cool. Well, thank you. We will definitely let you know about that. But yeah, I mean, our goal is always to hit just, basically the main, most interesting stuff. So I think we can still do that, even splitting a weekend between 2 shows and hopefully just kind of get the best stuff from everywhere.
Isabel saying on Twitch, BTB better get that G Fuel sponsorship. Nah, not when you got Brick So Brew. That's all you need. Double caffeine. That's it. No G Fuel around here. You don't need that gamer goo. That's basically what it is.
We will take any sponsorships. Speaking of sponsorships, I got this crazy email earlier today from a company called Wardrobe. I don't know if you guys have heard of this. So their entire business model, and I think this is primarily for like fashion influencers, but I don't know why they apparently somehow got our email address. Their business model is that you send them the clothes that you aren't wearing, and then they rent those clothes out to your fans, so that your fans can then wear your clothes. So if anybody wants any of my jeans or t-shirts,
you know who this is for? It's for the fan base of a very mid-20s woman on Twitch in a hot tub to rent out her clothes to the audience.
What are you talking about? I would totally take on Kirk's Canadian tuxedo, and I would rock that. It might be a little ripped when he got it back. I don't know.
That could fit over one of your arms, Jeff.
You want some Joshua handling cargo pants in your life.
I need some cargo shorts, and I'll be all set.
Oh, I've got those too, Jeff. Don't worry.
And those New Balances. New Balances when you play pickleball?
New recurring revenue. It says right there, new recurring revenue. The unworn clothes in your closet could be earning you cash instead.
I mean,
this is so funny.
I understand it.
Just rent out the red suit. You'll be good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Or as Joseph Zawada says, a red. You could get one of the mini red polos that I have in my closet.
Oh no, you gotta rent out the red suit, Joshua. Every time is a special occasion when you're wearing that thing.
That's a one of a kind though, so that would be a real premium cost to be able to get your.
Oh yeah.
Hey Jeff, we'd be able to rent out our t-shirts as tents, mate.
I know, right? That's what.
Yeah.
These guys always ask what t-shirt size I wear, and I always reply with circus size, and they're like, "What's that mean?" But Dan, you and I are brothers. We know exactly what that means.
I got a whole drawer of Lego t-shirts, man. I could rent them out. We could have Lego show t-shirts as a whole tent row.
Also, Nick
obviously, I would
two fat guys on the airplane again.
I would wash all of the clothing first. Don't worry. For anyone renting my clothes, it'll be clean.
Oh yeah.
No, I wouldn't. Here you go.
It's part of the appeal.
Here, Brian, you can do this with your hat.
People were asking me to auction off my hat. And I'm
so
like,
instead, rent it out to people.
Yeah, but I've already sweat in that thing. I'm not renting it out. Well, some people, they might be like, oh, but no, I know that's a scandal. Nah.
Put that sweat in a jar and sell it. It'll go like your coffee.
Nope.
No?
Absolutely. Nope. We're good. We're all set.
So yeah, that's you know Beyond the Brick has fallen on hard times if you see me renting my clothes out.
This channel fell on hard times when you brought me on to do the quarantine cast. That's when it fell on hard time. Over a year ago. And it's been well over it.
Hey,
what? Sorry, God.
Some would say that the quarantine cast is when Beyond the Brick has peaked, and that once we go back to conventions, it's really just not the quality content that they're looking for. Depends on what viewers want.
And I mean, if people really enjoy the show, they can get the quarantine cast 1 year print. Oh, it's shipping now, ladies and gentlemen.
You can find it here.
Get
chat.
it. Get it in the chat. There you go.
Nick's, oops.
Shameful
Give me
plug.
1 second. Brian, Etsy store. Give me a minute.
Alyssa says, OMG, Brick and Nick, the GOAT. Just throw us all under the rug instead. That's fine. No,
it's good.
Fine.
Yep. We're fine.
Hi, Alyssa. Hey, everybody.
Nick is very slowly maintaining his professionalism by just building, and he's not being rude by interrupting. He's being full Canadian by just, chugging away.
Hey, Brian, pass that over to me.
Hold
on. Nick, you're... Dang
it, I did it wrong.
You did. You did. You even showed it on your camera.
Amateurs.
We're David.
Me and April, I got this down.
Come on.
Nope.
I'm too far away. Gosh.
Put it closer.
Wait.
On.
Okay, wait.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. All right.
Seamless.
Gosh darn it. I messed it up.
First time.
Yeah.
How many quarantine cast members does it take to change a light bulb? There you go, folks.
Which date is Brick Fair, Virginia? Late
It's
July.
First weekend in August. This is a comment from Isabel here. Something. So this is an idea that people actually tell us quite a bit, is doing like podcasts or long form content at conventions. And we've thought about that. But the problem with that is there's so many builds to cover that we really just can't take the time to sit down and do a piece of long form content while we're at a show, because there's just way too much other stuff going on. So that's why you don't see us doing stuff like this from conventions. The one exception to that is at Philly Brick Fest. Over the years, we have done kind of long live streams because they have a stage set up for us and we have the time to do it there, just due to the way that show is run. But for most of the time, it's just not really possible to do that. And we do the live streams when we're home between shows, basically.
You can tell Isabel hasn't been at Brick Fair, Virginia at 11 o'clock at night, and the other guy gets kicked out, and you need to cover literally half the convention center before closing time, because that's the last shot you're going to do it.
Oh, Brian, you're such a hero for doing that. And I think that video's gone on to get a bunch of views, hasn't it? I think that's been pretty popular. I forget exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I check back on the comments. Isabel's like, you don't know my life. I check back on the comments every once in a while just to see. I'm always curious if people are like, why does it change guys like midway through? Like what? But no, it's good. It's good.
That's right.
I tried streaming from Lego shows, from brick shows for a whole year actually, and I went to about 12, and it has its pros and its cons, and the con, one of the biggest cons is you really, like Josh said, you just don't get the time to go around and actually highlight everything. Another con that I found was because I had to take all of my streaming equipment with me, I'd set up a studio, you're kind of stuck in one place. And I tried looking for mobile solutions, and I came up with one using my phone, and it was never really perfect. And you have to spend probably 10 grand to get a decent mobile setup.
No,
to
but
be able
not
to
even
broadcast back to your unless you just do it straight from your phone. But then in that case, you lose all the chat, you lose all of your overlays, you lose anything that makes it personalized. So it's just like somebody on FaceTime.
You're competing with convention internet or hotel internet.
Right. That's the big problem.
The make or break. Like you can have all the best stuff, like Brick Fair, Virginia. I don't even know if they have like a wired internet. Like most of these places don't. And then you're also competing with every single person that's connected to the Wi-Fi, all the staff, all the logistical stuff. It's impossible.
Yeah, well, see, when I did that, okay, so to overcome that, all I would do was I would organize my own connection at the show. So I had a 50-meter cable, and I had my own router, took my own high-speed router.
You're a true professional.
Yeah. So I set up my own network at the show on my own connection. And it worked okay. And like, to be fair, I invested $4,500 in a camera. And a good quality camera that is able to broadcast from the camera back to my network.
Wait, does your camera cost $4,500?
My overhead, it's a Panasonic something or other. It's the one that I use for videoing all my stuff, and it's my very expensive overhead camera.
Wait, you see John pull up with a camcorder from 2005, and he's going around all these builds. He's like this. With a wired microphone, and then here Dan is.
Well, it was one of the first Wi-Fi enabled broadcasting cameras at a medium range of price for live streaming directly from the camera. And then the minute I bought it, COVID hit, and so I've never actually used it for what it was intended for. And the thing is I've kind of changed my tune now at shows, because the other biggest issue that I have with live streaming from shows is it's the same as any live stream. You're needing people to be there at the time that you're live to interact with. Whereas if you concentrate on getting video footage and good quality video footage, as you guys know, you guys can watch that whenever you want.
That's right.
So that's what I'm sort of thinking this year. So Josh, if you've got any tips on a newbie for getting content from a show. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that, if you want to share, of course.
So yeah, the number one thing we have found, if you're trying to basically do like interviews with builders, is the goal at the show.
Yeah, I just want to showcase what New Zealand has to offer. You know, I'd love to be able to put some of our amazing models on, you know, on the map, so to speak, because we have some very talented builders down here.
Right, that's why we want to go to a show in New Zealand sometime. But for what, yeah, if you're trying to make videos, our goal is always to do it on as much as possible on the public days, primarily because that's just when most people are by their builds, and you just kind of waste a lot of time if you're trying to do it on the non-public days because it's so hard to track people down and get them by their builds. So if you know someone and you're like, hey, you want to come over and chat about the build or something, then that's easier. But otherwise, you just spend the public days, and then we just go nonstop. So from like the minute we walk in the door on the 2 public days, usually it's Saturday and Sunday, we go nonstop until public time ends. And then even at the bigger shows like Brick World Chicago, we will actually schedule a number of people after public time ends. Where we're like, hey, if you keep your build up, we'll come after the public time is over and before you tear it down and cover it. And so then we go another couple hours after the public time ends at the big shows like Brick World and Brick Fair to try to cover as much as possible. So you've really got to have that if you're trying to make as much content as possible and catch as many builders as you can. You've got to be willing to have that commitment to be like, I'm just going to walk in and walk around the convention floor as many times as I can, trying to track people down and see when someone is by their build, or chat with someone and be like, hey, what time can we set up for us to stop by, that sort of thing. So that's always our kind of number one strategy. Is basically just like commit to doing it all day and create as much content as you can. And then at that point, it's just being willing to walk up and chat with people, that's the easy part of it.
Okay. So yeah, that's interesting. So do you guys do all of your videos are basically interview based, right? Or do you do like a snapshot of the convention as a whole where you sort of just walk around and do a
that type of video is what
flyover?
Ryan was referencing earlier from Brick Fair. So for the big shows like Brick Fair Virginia, Brick World Chicago, we will do convention hall tours, and that's going through the entire display area, showing every single build that's there. Not necessarily talking about every single build, but at least showing it on camera, talking about a lot of them. So those Brick Fair and Brick World tours, those shows are so big, they're usually like 3-hour long videos that we shoot over the span of a couple different nights at the show, covering everything there. If there's builders that happen to be by their build, we'll stop and chat with them for a little bit about what they're working on, that sort of thing. But besides that content, it's basically all the interviews with builders about kind of an individual build.
Cool, Dan, cool. You know the story, right? With like me, like doing that tour video. Have you heard that story?
Don't think so.
I was sitting at the front desk, like building a Lego set, and then the handlings were like, hey, our guy that was helping us do the tour got kicked out because it was adult night. Do you want to help finish it up? And they had done half the convention. It was 11 o'clock at night, and I had to get up to help run the show at like 7 or 8 the next morning. Went until 1 o'clock in the morning doing the rest of this tour. There was like 2/3 of the main convention hall, and then the entire secondary room, which was only a couple of things, but like as the entire secondary room. So they lied and said they got a third done with whoever it was. I don't know who the first person was, but like there's a lot to do. And especially like me, I don't pay attention to anything. It was all improv. So that you're all just like going and going and going. It's much better in his case where you just let the builder talk about what they're doing. And then they normally show a lot of the passion in it anyways, that they go on for however long they want to, you know?
The tour videos are super fun to do though, because you catch so much that you would never, because these shows are so big, you can't possibly catch all the small builds and see everything that's on display unless you are purposefully taking the time to walk through every single aisle and look at every single build for a video like that. So not only do viewers really enjoy it because they get to then feel like they basically walked around the entire show if they weren't there, but then we also get to see a lot more that we wouldn't have noticed otherwise. So it's a lot of fun, yeah, just to walk around and see it. It is difficult to record because they take so long, and usually we have to do it late at night when there aren't a lot of people around, so that people aren't in the way. But it's always worth doing for the big shows.
Yeah. Are all of your shows mock only?
No.
You mean versus like set displays?
Yeah. So do you have people that display set collections or?
Yeah. There's usually a few like really big, like all of the space sets, that sort of thing, or something along those lines that people will have, which is also interesting just because a lot of people don't own the old, 80s, 90s space stuff or whatever it might be.
What I loved seeing at the last Brick Fair was there was an entire section. I think we glossed over it because they're sets, like people know of them more. But somebody had on display all the boxes, instructions, and sets for like, mid 80s, 90s stuff where you had Fort Legoredo, you had Classic Space, all that. And all that's important so kids can know what it was like, growing up with Lego. And it's like a museum. It's like an interactive, like temporary museum. And there is a spot for it compared to all the custom stuff there, because a lot of the kids never saw that stuff before. So it doesn't need to be the whole show, but I think having a section there is very important.
Right.
What about modern sets?
What?
Sorry, Josh.
Oh, I was just going to say, especially in that case, Brian, when you've got a show that has the space of like Brick World or Brick Fair, it's okay. It's not like you're taking room away from somebody's mock that couldn't be put on display. So you've got space to do that. And then Dan, about modern stuff. So some people will use like modulars and their train city layouts, that sort of thing. But as far as just kind of having a display of a bunch of sets that are, came out in the last 5 years, I don't feel like that's very common at all.
Isn't there a guy that does that for architecture? I thought I heard that before.
There are custom architecture builds. Yeah, I think those are all like Rocco does like really impressive his own custom builds. So I don't think anybody does that for the actual sets though.
Modern sets are discouraged unless part of a larger display. Yeah, Joe's right. And normally the more impressive stuff about more modern sets is the rare stuff. Like if you have Comic-Con figures and whatnot, but you're absolutely not going to have those on display ever because they're too valuable and you can't trust the public and you can't trust other people that are there. So
yeah. See, we still have quite a bit of sort of modern set collections, and I think the thing here is because we're still what I would consider to be a young AFOL community or a young Lego community. As far as displays go, most people on their first display will bring their pride and joy, which is their set collection. And then from there, people will often move into mods and then into mocks. And you'll still get some people that will just stay collecting their theme and will always bring their set collection. And it's a conversation that comes up a lot over here as to whether they should reduce the amount of sets or people that come to shows that display sets. But my opinion is, personally, if it's going to be the starting point or the jump off point for people to get involved, you've got to have that accessibility, because not everybody just comes to the fandom being a mock builder. Some people don't even know what mock means. So
no, that's a really good point, Dan. That's something that John and I have noticed a lot going around to shows, all over the world, South America, Panama, Japan, a lot of different places where the AFOL community is smaller than what we have here in the US. And that's very much an avenue to getting people in, is bringing their sets out and getting used to displaying and interacting with the public and just kind of showing off their fandom. And so I agree with you. I've always thought, it's fine. You obviously want to move away from that eventually, but that's definitely a good place to start for people, because if you discourage that, then they're never going to kind of take that next step to building more mocks and continuing display in future years.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the other thing too is accessibility to bricks in New Zealand has, drastically increased in the last 5 years. But 5 years ago, we had a couple of Bricklink stores that might have had 100,000 parts. We had no Lego store, so we had no no brick wall. If you were buying from Bricklink, you were buying from Europe essentially, because it was the cheapest for freight. And a lot of our lugs are less than 5 years old. So lug bulk in itself is a new concept to a lot of people. So, I think the growth of the community here has been fantastic, and we will see bigger and better models every year now, because those channels for the resources that people need are a lot more open and available now than they ever have been. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's out this year. Sorry, Jeff.
Oh, it's okay. There's a bit of a discussion people were saying that they didn't know what mock meant, and mock is my own creation. So this is a mock. This is a Batmobile that I built just out of my noodle. This is a set. And there's nothing wrong with displaying a set for your first time, like Dan was saying, you know. And that's what a lot of people are drawn to. So go ahead, keep going on, Dan. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
That's all right. I was just going to say, I think the thing with sets as well now, some of the sets that are coming are so good that you don't really need to do much to change the set, but you can build a scene around it and put it into a scene. And, you know, there's a lot of scope from a creativity standpoint where, you know, you don't have to be a brick and Nick to go to a Lego show. Sorry, Nick. Let's throw you under.
But if you are, it's a lot more enjoyable.
Yes.
Absolutely.
There's also
get amongst it. Just get amongst it.
Right. Get amongst it. And there's also other things you can do at a Lego show too. As much as I love talking to people and acknowledging the builds and whatever, I love watching or being involved with some of the panels or the workshops or things that happen there. Like, that's what role I would want to get more involved with if and when I go back to shows, is talking to the convention runners and be like, all right, what can I do? Give me something to do. Let me help with programming. Let me do something, because there's other things, even if you're not a massive builder, maybe you want to talk about a specific topic, like, you know, what you would normally do for a podcast. What if you turn that into a panel? How do you refine that and present it as a piece of programming that other people can watch or be involved with, and then, you know, do it that way? There's plenty of other things you can do too.
Yeah. We've had at one of our conventions, we had a panel on insurance, of all things. You know, people don't even think about it, and you think, oh my God, how boring is that going to be? But, you know, one of our members had done a heck of a lot of research around insurance, and a lot of people just assumed that their Lego collection would be covered under their household insurance. And once it gets over a certain value here, it's not. It's considered a collection. You have to insure it separately. So just little things like that. You come away from these weekends sometimes with, you know, little snippets of information that really, you know, just help the community in general. So, yeah, I agree. I think getting involved at a lug level and then going to shows, and then once you're comfortable in that, trying to get involved in an organization or a presentation or something, it's amazing, you know. And the Lego community in itself, I don't know about in the US, I'm pretty sure it's probably the same as it is here in New Zealand. You can be involved as much or as little as you like. And this is something that I see a lot at shows. And this is, April said it before, I'm a social butterfly at shows. I'm not really. I'm the person that people gravitate to for information. And it's because I like to talk. And one thing that I get a lot from shows is people are scared to make contact with a lug or jump in, because when they first come to the show, the first thing they see is the biggest and the brightest mock of all time, which, you know, and they're like, no, I could never do that. They
see Joseph Zawada making a castle, and they're like, I can't build that. What?
And then they just make memes of it instead.
Yes,
exactly. Right. So it's about that, you know, letting people know that this isn't where these people started. They've been working on this for years. Okay. The first time they came to a show, excuse me, they bought, you know, Harry Potter sets or whatever. If you're into that, do that. You can be involved as much or as little as you like. It can be as big or as small as you want. I know people that take mocks to shows that are literally the size of my hand, you know, they're small, they're intricate. I know some people that do massive, big spreads. It's just, yeah, get involved. If you really want to be involved with the AFOL community on a physical level with a lug, look up a lug, go and join the lug. Don't be afraid. Don't be concerned by what other people have and what you don't have, if that's the case. Some people may have been collecting for 20 years and have a household full. You might have been collecting for 6 months and have 3 sets. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Just go and get involved. That is what's important, because that's what helps this community grow. Sorry, I have no idea why I'm going off on this tangent.
It's an important point. Yeah, it's very good, Dan. I think that's I think a lot of people can get overwhelmed easily, whether you're walking into your first show for the first time or just kind of online trying to find a lug or other local fans. It's easy to get overwhelmed and be concerned, especially if you're not like a super social person to begin with. You're like, oh, how should I approach this? But I mean, for the most part, people in the Lego community are super awesome and willing to help out. So don't be afraid to approach people. That's what I found over the years, and so many people helped us in the early years as we were figuring stuff out.
Don't follow people around the convention while they're filming either, creepily.
It happens. It's all good. It's all good. I find that because people recognize me from, because we have a couple of Facebook groups over here, and I'm quite active in those. People are more inclined to talk to somebody that they know. So, feel free. If you ever see somebody at a brick show that you've seen online, and just walk up and say, hey, I've seen your channel, or I watched you on this, or whatever, and just say, hey, who do I need to talk to here to get involved? So there's always ways to get introduced to the right people. So, but overwhelming is a thing.
Jake said he just joined the London AFLs recently. That's a great group. There's a lot of really good builders in the London area, part of those lugs. So that's definitely a good group of builders to get involved in.
I know that I have ideas for what I want to do for either panels or interactive events when shows come back, both as like if we do something as Beyond the Brick, or if it's just Brian Saviano, Bricks O'Brien, or like whatever. There's all different things that can happen and can get people excited to be there and involved, which is what I'm all about. And I can't do the coverage to the extent that like the Hanlons do, right? But I can like, let's get going. Let's get excited, people. Come on, let's go. Let's do a thing. So that's what I want to do when shows come back. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Excited to see you. Are you planning to go to Brick Fair, Brian?
I'm being a lot of people asking me to, Joshua. A lot of people ask me to go to a lot of places. They're
wow! Sorry, I forgot you're signing so many signatures. There's so much demand. I forget.
Right.
Sorry.
So many multi-million-dollar deals. No. So for Brick,
can I rent out your shirt?
Yes. Smell and all. So Brick Fair, when I went 2 years ago, met some fans there. It was great. We came out while I was helping assemble the giant mosaic on the ground. That was cool. My concern about, when I went to Brick Fair 2 years ago, I bundled that in with helping with the show, inadvertently helping with Beyond the Brick, and then also taking a 1 week DC vacation with me and my friends. So I bundled all that in. So the more reasons I have to go to a place, the more convinced I'll go, and the more like I'll want to be there. So to go and hang out with people at Brick Fair, Virginia, that's one. Okay, two, how can I potentially write this off as a business trip? Two, which is that's the secret Hanlon sauce, by the way. They go to all these different places. It's all IRS. Here we go. Here it is.
Hey,
here we
you
go.
know it.
Right there.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
That's the secret sauce, kids. All right. So how many what's it going to take in my own head for me to rationalize going? And the deck has gotten more stacked for Virginia or for Brick Rodeo. Brick Rodeo seems a bit more unrealistic at this point, but there's a lot of demand for me to be in Texas, so you never know. But Virginia is definitely more feasible if I drive down or something. So we'll see.
Texas is a great state. Have you been there, Brian?
I have not. I want to experience the weather, but also I want to experience it during like normal conditions. And I had been told that the show, like, I'm used to going to the gaming show, PAX East in Boston, which is obviously a massive scale, then Brick Fair, Virginia. So Brick Fair, Virginia compared to Brick Rodeo, two different beasts.
Right.
So how much of that trip can I justify to go to Texas as opposed to Virginia, and two in the same week? That's
right. That's very true. But like you said, with going to Washington D.C., you got to always get the travel in as well. That's the way to do it. That's what John and I always do. The more stuff you can see when you're traveling somewhere, the better.
Did you guys stay at the same hotel when you were in D.C.?
So the past few years for Brick Fair, we've actually stayed at an Airbnb with the same people every year. They're actually had their daughter had like gone to Brick Fair a bunch of years, was like a big Bionicle fan, had been involved in the community and stuff. So we just kept going to staying at their Airbnb because it was cheap and they were really nice people. But then I think due to COVID, they shut down their Airbnb. So we're staying at the hotel that's there in the parking lot. This year for the first time.
So what you did was you went to Brick Fair, you dunked all over the entire Bionicle table, and you said, "Hey, can we stay at your
yes?"
place?"
Is that because you knew because she liked Bionicle, she'd have no other friends?
I'm sure she's.
That was a joke. That was a joke. Okay,
I'm sure she's a lovely person.
We need to get LJ back on the show to balance things out.
Yes, we do. Yep. He's got to get back.
I do want to say though,
there was an opportunity. Sorry, Kirk.
So I think if I did go to Brick Fair, Virginia, I'd probably stay at that same hotel. But then what I did last time was I made the mistake of like I got a separate hotel room in Washington D.C. proper, and I didn't realize when I was staying there with a couple of my friends that they have these motor scooters that you can rent. Obviously, maybe not now, but they had motor scooters you can rent via Uber and Lyft, and you pay like $3 for like a half hour or something like that to ride around the scooter as much as you want to, wherever you want to. And when it's out of juice, you just dump it and you get a new one, and they recharge them every single night. So I stayed super close to the National Mall because I'm like, oh, we're going to walk everywhere, rather pay a little bit more money for a nicer hotel, split between a couple people, don't have to rent a cab or the train or whatever. But the scooters take you literally everywhere. So I think next time, if I end up going this summer or whatever, I'll stay in the same hotel, get a cab into DC, ride around, do whatever. But I don't know. There's a certain way you can do it, like keeping it fun and economical at the same time.
Yes. DC is so awesome because it seems like every year we go, there's some big new museum that's opened up that I'm excited to visit. So last time we were there, the International Spy Museum had just moved into their awesome new building, like way bigger space, super, super cool experience to visit the International Spy Museum in DC. What's that?
Nothing. I was just saying goodbye, just waiting for the band.
Oh, I see. But then this year, the National Army Museum has just opened up outside of Washington, D.C., which is the first time there's been a museum dedicated to like Army history in the U.S. exclusively, and that's a really awesome space that should have a lot of cool stuff. So every year there's so much cool stuff, and I saw Joseph Sawada said that he has some recommendations as well, so feel free to send us those, Joseph, because we're always looking for cool stuff to do.
The National Mall is not rancid. The mall's not rancid. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I think it's nice. It's fun to walk.
Not like the mall, like the Simon Mall, which I went to while waiting for friends. I mean, the National Mall. It's beautiful. Well, Joseph Zawada is very picky too. He's very upper echelon, top 110.
Yeah, he's a man of high culture, so you know.
Yeah. The Spy Museum sounds interesting. I didn't know about
It's really cool. Yeah, especially the new. So we went a number of years ago to their old building, which was nice, but it was small and they had a limited number of displays. The new building is super modern, lots of interactive stuff, just really, really neat displays. Definitely recommend checking it out if anyone's in DC. The problem is there's so many museums and so much to do there. It is really all. I think John and I were talking about this the other day, actually. Of like if you're coming to the U.S. or even if you live in the U.S. and you have limited travel time and you haven't done much travel and you're just trying to decide where to go, DC should really be your number one stop. There's nowhere that has more like historical significance to the U.S. And just more interesting places to visit, in my opinion. If you have to start somewhere,
I always thought like New York City would be the number one place to go because of. I think it rivals DC in its history, You've got like the turn of the century, 18th century, 19th century with all that stuff going on there, and then the Civil War and just all sorts of fun stuff.
Well, the great thing is with the East Coast, everything's so close. So actually you're really better off just hitting like multiple. Like that's what the first time I went to that part of the country, that's what I did with my family. And that's really the way to do it. So, I mean, New York City is also, has a lot to see as well. But because stuff is so close on the East Coast, that's you can really try to hit multiple places in one visit, or you could be like Joseph Zawada and just apparently go nowhere because nothing lives up to your standards.
Mm-hmm. Boston was fun when the one time I was there and I walked it's either the Liberty Trail or the Freedom Trail, but that was fun for other reasons. But it was cool during the day when those other reasons weren't there to see everything going on and everything else. And
Boston has the brick trail that you follow through all of the different historical locations, like the Revolutionary War era stuff. That's super cool.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to head to Philly while I was back there because I wanted to see the place where they signed the Declaration of Independence and all that fun stuff, because that's the thing you do. I think it was in Philly, right? Yeah,
Liberty
it's Philly.
Bell.
Yeah,
Yep.
I would love to
Constitution
see the Liberty
Hall.
Bell. Mm-hmm. It's just, yep. It's like, I wish we had World War II stuff over here, but on the other hand, that'd be a weird altered history because, I don't know if anybody knows this, but once you turn 35, you either get heavily into woodworking or you start researching World War II like you're a historical figure. So I got into World War II apparently, and it's really cool. It's really neat to see all that stuff, and my grandpa would tell me stories about fighting Nazis and going to the Pacific Islands at one point and doing all that stuff. So just be neat to see. Yeah.
Right. I mean, there are a lot of fantastic museums that cover World War II history. There just isn't a lot. Yeah, it's not like going to Europe where you see like bunkers like Normandy or something like that.
That's on the list. One day walk the sandy shore of Normandy and just, soak it all in, because, that's as violent and as bloody and as outrageous and crazy as it was. It was the first time that I recall not reading, but I mean, it was like one of the first times that I ever was like, yeah, like do it to it, fellas. Like reading about it, and then with Saving Private Ryan, and then reading more about it and finding out that like Canada was doing it too, and they're like, yeah, it's not so good. Montgomery Scott, James Doohan from Star Trek, was at Normandy. He played Scotty, the engineer, and like on his left or right hand, he was like missing a finger and like everything else. So like, it's just cool to find out little stuff like that. Anywho, I'm talking a lot.
Dan, what is New Zealand's like World War I, World War II history like, in terms of, is there like a lot of museums or stuff left over from those periods?
There's I wouldn't say there's a lot of museums. There definitely is museums, but not a lot. But we have a very proud history from the military, especially World War I and II, because for the New Zealand's relative size, we sent a lot of troops. So Gallipoli is a big thing for us, and Anzac Day is the 25th of April, which is where the invasion of Anzac Cove. World War II is just as important, and we have this display at the moment in Wellington, which was done by Peter Jackson, who and his company that did the Lord of the Rings and whatnot. And they are, if you look it up, it's called Gallipoli: The Color of Our War, I think it is. And there'll be thousands of photos online about it, but there's about 6 or 8 different displays there, and they are oversized sculptures, and the detail on them is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. It's all World War I based. In between each of the large sculptures, and they all depict a person and their story, and in between all of that, there's a whole bunch of other factual stuff and displays and bits and pieces, and it's been there for the last 5 years. I think it's going to wrap up at some point this year. And yeah, it was just an amazing piece. But then we do have the National War Memorial up in Auckland. National War Museum in Auckland. There's a museum in Wellington dedicated to First, Second World War.
Yeah, Peter Jackson did that incredible World War I documentary a few years back, where he like restored a lot of that old footage. It's so good. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, Lord of the Rings and Hobbit," but that's my favorite from his work.
Yeah, well, Peter Jackson is very much a military historian, and he had he has he had, I don't know what they're called, but those World War One wedge tanks. He had some replicas of those built from scratch, working models, and has them over on his property over in the Wairarapa. He's got working B-52s, the Stratofortresses, I think they are, from World War II, from the Dam Busters movie. They built flying replicas of those. Peter Jackson is a very, very big military historian and has a lot of stuff. So yeah, he jumped on that. And yeah, that recolored remastered documentary was actually quite phenomenal. It's quite sad. There's a lot of pretty graphic stuff in it, and yeah, it really sort of makes you think about how shit it was, how bad it was for them.
It was very bad, yes.
No, sorry.
But he captured it very well.
Yeah, carry on.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, being ex-military, like and I've been to disaster zones, and the one thing that you don't get from those sorts of things is the smell, and like the graphical nature of it all, but the smell, and it brings back some pretty terrible stuff.
Now that Brian's back, we should bring it back to Lego and have Nick show off his build.
1 second. John, I've got a picture of the World War II tank that New Zealand made, if you want to share my screen. There you go.
The box. This is like
the box.
So for people who aren't familiar with like World War II tanks and armored vehicles, this is like a meme tank at this point among like tank buffs, because it's such a ridiculous looking vehicle compared to like what the Germans and the British were making at this time. But New Zealand was trying their best, so I think you got to give them credit for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's probably some wool shed that had to donate all of its corrugated iron for that, and it looks like it's on like a D4 tractor or something. So,
yeah,
bulldozer base.
This is so true. Oh, that's the best way to describe it.
Well, I know Brickmania made that model too to sale last year, maybe the year before. And apparently it sold out within minutes, so there you go.
Well, because of its like meme status, it's become a very infamous among tank fans today.
Yeah.
Which there are a lot of due to games like World of Tanks and stuff like that.
Nick, can you save us from tank talk? Can you show off Pixar, please?
Hey guys, so I built the Pixar logo. Who doesn't love Pixar movies and family-friendly happy
I
stuff?
do.
I think I whipped up some pretty half-decent text for a quick build here. And I think it'll look really nice on a nice light blue background. Beautifully photographed. The lamp is somewhat posable. You can rotate the head a little bit. Oops. A little bit, I said. Then drop the whole thing. It's not the strongest connection, but it does the trick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I love how you just smashed that together in an hour. Right?
Well, the lamp I worked on for like 2 hours yesterday. So.
Oh, 2 hours. Oh.
Yeah.
Take the rest of us 10 years, but no worries.
Sure, okay, sure. Yeah, let's go with that, Dan.
Looks awesome.
And then I'm just starting to get ready to work on my little 151 Pokemon poster again. I realized it was dumb to not put them on a base plate of some kind, because now I have them all laid out and I don't know which one's which. I have to refer to a picture to reverse engineer what I did.
No, that's fair. Even as someone who knows all 151, I don't know the numerical number of every single one of them. So
exactly,
having them in order would help.
Yep.
There was something, just to pivot it back to Lego, because as much as I love talking about history, I love it so much.
I know, Brian. That's why I invite you on for all the Brickmania streams whenever we're making content with them, because I know how much you enjoy it.
No, side tangent, I appreciate that you gave them their own dedicated live stream segment, because you learned from last time that me being there added a whole bunch of this for 3 hours.
I didn't want to force you through that again, so that's why I thought I'd...
No. I mean, I don't think I even asked any, like, insightful questions. You asked all the good questions, and I'm just like, Here I am.
Hey, Brian, what's your favorite Technic color?
Lamborghini. Love you too, Sariel. So there was something brought up in the comments earlier. Big shout out to Richard Goring saying regarding the Bricklink Designer Program. I'm sharing my screen here. If John wants to show it, he doesn't have to, but completely off topic. But did you see that 2 more projects on the Bricklink Designer Program have been archived? The Temple of Hermit and the Japanese old-style architecture.
Why?
Oh, let's find out, kids. So this is an update to the Bricklink Designer Program. End of the month is when the ones will get finalized for final model production. And this is what we got right now. So I'll zoom in a little bit more. There we go. So a lot of these projects have gotten some updates, some noticeable, some not. But I'll scroll through until we get to the very bottom here. A lot of them look, pretty the same overall. But hey, there it is. There it is, man. Let's see. There's all this. Okay.
Oh, man, that Super Collider. I can't wait to... Nothing. I got nothing.
Yeah,
I was trying to be positive about it. I'm sorry.
We'll take. That's still my favorite of the bunch, but let's see. Waterfall's still here. Big shout out to Brent with that. That's an actual picture of the model now, as compared to last time. So it's able to be built, which is good.
That boat is awesome.
Some changes though. There's a lot of changes in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we knew because of blue bricks, these were discontinued. And now there's also the Temple of Hermit and the Japanese architecture.
No. The Temple of Hermit was my favorite. Why?
I know.
Why?
Let's take a look.
Wonder what happened.
Project's been art. It's a beautiful looking model, man. Look at
beautiful.
this. It's gorgeous.
Wonder if it came to color availability.
Due to the complexity of the model for the program, the designer has decided to withdraw the project. We hope we will be able to work with the designer again in the future.
Oh.
The complexity of the model.
So basically they said we have to dumb this down, and the builder was like, my art will not be censored by you or anyone.
Well,
maybe it was the colors.
Maybe it's...
It could be the anything, actually. There's a lot going on.
See the curvature of the roof, though.
Right here.
That's all been built flat and then just twisted, basically, to get that shape.
No, I don't. You think so?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I wonder if it was built in the brick, if it wouldn't actually stay that good.
No. Yeah, it looks like it builds well digitally, but I feel like physically that might not translate.
Yeah,
it looks like they got clips and bars that are going from the edge of the wall there for the roof, and then
there are hinge plates.
Yeah, there are some of them that are on hinge plates, but like most of that is bent, kinda.
That could be a mock for sure. Like you can have that as a mock on display, but that's probably one that takes them a couple hours to reset up.
Yeah, it'd be real difficult to get instructions for that.
Pink Wheel says it looks like a render. It's 100% a render. Yeah. You can always tell. I mean, there's a lot of ways to tell, but a lot of the pieces are overly shiny with no fingerprints or smudges or scratches. You can normally tell that way too.
Yeah. It's still a shame. Model.
Stunning model.
Yeah. That's a shame.
I like the blue cup, the blue teacup. I never noticed that before.
Yeah. Lots of little details here. So that's unfortunate. And then the other one, which was one that we were very confused about, remember? Because it looked like 4 different models.
Yeah.
Due to other obligations, the designer has had to withdraw this design from the program.
Oh, yeah, the photos on this one were so weird. We couldn't figure out what was going on.
Yeah, they really were. I remember us. Is it 1? Is it 7? Is it 800? What's going on here? But no, this is not a render, so that's actually kind of cool if you ask me, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
That is really confusing.
Yeah, right? You can't tell what it is.
Was that an ideas project originally?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
You know, I wish
like a submission like this would have never gotten through on ideas.
No.
I think it was a really old one.
Yeah,
I think it was from quite a number of years ago.
I really wish there was some way on the side here they could show the original link or way back or something to show, because I have zero clue what this is from, like everyone else.
What's this called, Brian?
The Japanese old style. I mean, but even the name could have been changed, but that's what it looked like.
I think we looked it up. Josh was right. It was really old, like from one of the first years of ideas.
I want to say it was like 2013 or something like that.
Yeah, it was.
Mike,
very old.
Mike in the chat saying bad presentation. Honestly, absolutely horrific looking pictures. These are not great pictures. This does not sell the model at all.
Holy
Look at this.
smokes! This thing is from 2011.
Oh, so even
2011?
older.
Yeah, I got it open right now.
Yeah, so you can tell these photos are from 2011. So I don't know. But it's not happening. I wonder if it's a blue brick situation or something else. They're just like, nope, not happening.
Yeah, I mean,
I
it's
think I-
cool
yeah.
It's just better if it got better photographed. Because, like,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
Nah. So that is the grand total of 5 sets out of the initial run. Gonzo, Audi 5000, out of the running.
I really hope that Quest Builder thing makes it, but that's just a pipe dream at this point for me.
I don't think it's a pipe dream.
Yeah.
I think it's a $300 dream, but not a pipe dream.
Well, now that they're dropping so many models, it'll be easier for the ones that are left.
True. Is there any additions? There's really no further pictures to this one? Really? Wow.
Like I said, you can complete that scene from Spider-Man Far From Home with
Yep.
it.
All right. Now, okay, now that we got the fish tank from Creator, this is different, but like, yeah. I still love this one. Big shout out to Brent. Still love this. Dan must have went to tend to the puppies, but I want to know how this one. It's different. I think the blue that was sand green before. Now it's medium azure.
That looks a lot better with the medium azure, if I'm being honest.
It looks a lot better overall. It's a beautiful looking ship.
It is. It reminds me of the ship from Jaws, but I know it's not the ship from Jaws. It's not the. I can't think of the name.
Beautifully photographed too. Great job.
Kirk, what was the ship from Jaws named?
You got the poster in the background. You better know it.
Starts with an O.
It's on the print. You better know it.
Wait.
It's the Orca, Kirk.
I said wait. You gotta give me some time.
Hey, wait, Jeff. You did say wait.
True. Sorry, Kirk.
Yeah,
It's
it's just
fine.
Yeah.
My mind wasn't like there thinking about Jaws immediately. No, the ship does look nice. It does look nice.
Did
Last
they change
updated-
the observatory?
No, it was last updated 4 weeks ago.
Did we look at this 4 weeks ago?
I don't necessarily think so.
Yeah.
I don't believe so.
That
It looks
a
the
lot
same.
better. Oh, yeah.
Oh, this
Okay,
piece
well-
doesn't exist. This railing in clear? Nah.
Oh.
So, okay. I think this is sorted by most recently updated, correct? No, that is false. Okay. No, so I don't know. So this is something I've had a bit of a problem with for a little while, and it's kind of bothered me more and more that I've thought about it. So you see these ones down here, right? Or at least for this one, due to the complexity of it, and it's a render, right? If it's not able to be built logistically in real life, why is it on ideas in the first place?
Because honestly, that's Lego's problem.
That has been a situation for a long time.
That's what I like to say.
Brian.
When someone submits an idea, 2 ideas, Lego will make whatever changes are necessary to as closely bring the idea to life as possible as a Lego set. I mean, you can look back at so many ideas projects and see drastic changes from the original model to the final project. So it's not a fan's problem to figure out whether or not it's quote unquote legal or not, right?
That
Right.
is why Nick is 100% with all of his builds, because everything he submitted to ideas has been actually brick built, right, man? Or am I just
Right.
talking out my butt?
Nope,
Okay.
I haven't submitted anything digital.
Yeah.
Well, but Nick also knows how to build it so that it's tangible, right?
Absolutely.
Like it's a physical thing.
I don't hold anything against anyone who submits all digital projects. Not everybody's as lucky as I am to have the size of collection I do.
Sure.
But I can get away with building most of my projects in brick.
Yeah.
Well, but you also work with colors that currently exist, which, I mean, yeah, Lego Ideas, they can make whatever changes and make any new pieces they want to, but I think there should be something to having part of it built and ready to go.
Yeah, and I do think Cool Factor brings up a good point, though. It's like, why would it be selected for the Bricklink designer program if
Right.
that's a consideration? Like that I'd certainly agree with. Like, you have an opportunity to review this and like decide whether or not it makes sense to push this forward in any way, shape, or form.
And not only that, but the original designer is the one modifying the project, not Lego designer. So they need to actually build it in real life. And maybe this guy knew with the temple from the get-go, like, hey, I can't build this in real life. And now he's in the program and he's like, and then it loses its original vision. It isn't able to be executed properly.
Yeah. Because sorry, I missed most of this conversation, but I guess the other thing with if an ideas project gets through and Lego designers get hold of it, they can, for want of a better term, dumb stuff down. That may or may not be possible in the renders. Whereas these guys really don't have that opportunity, do they? They've put it out there, and that's what people are expecting.
That castle still looks awesome, but I know what will happen to it. So, yeah.
With the 3-in-1 castle, I don't think this takes away from it, though. It's very different.
They'll size it down, though. They always do.
Well, for this program, because Lego, like, it can have this amount of pieces, it's just got to get the funding for it. And this was updated, I guess, relatively recently. April 7th, I mean, relatively. So there was a change made from it originally being listed back in whatever it was. This isn't like Lego Ideas where they're going to scale it down, but
it's very different from the 3-in-1 castle for sure. I mean, this is much more of a Forestman's Hideout type of vibe than the 3-in-1 castle.
Right. Absolutely.
This is like Forestman's HQ that we never saw. We always just saw Outpost, but this is where the plan comes together, fellas.
Honestly, maybe it's harsh for me, but the renders should be banned from such programs. I don't disagree. No, I don't agree. I think maybe for this program specifically, if I were Lego, and maybe this is not financially feasible, or maybe it is, right? But let's say this is my final model, the castle in the forest. This is it. And then Lego could say, all right, if this is your final model, we need to see it built. We will send you the money, whatever, for the parts to make it real. And if it works, then it hits the final approval mark. Something like that. Because I think it needs to be physically built, because if somebody is going to put their money toward it, they need to know it works. And Lego is going to verify that, but how else are they going to verify it? If somebody doesn't already have it from their collection, Lego could just give them the parts or the funds necessary to actually build it in real life if it's going to be a product.
So, like you're saying, Brian, it has to be a product or whatever, right? I'm looking at this right now, and I'm a pretty good builder. I'm not Brick and Nick, I'm not Dan, I'm not Kirk, or whatever, but looking at that right now, there's a weird optical illusion at the top of the castle there. And it kind of looks weirdish. The turns are a little too, that right there, to the left of the flagpole. There's a weird optical illusion. But when I look at it, those are pieces back there that are, part of the interlocking system on the hinge. And where that hinge is, and on the right hand side, that diagonal, that's. I don't know if it would close
what diagonal?
up that way. On the right hand side. I'm sorry. On the right hand.
I think it's a hinge part of the build. It looks pretty. I totally see from the main picture, but looking at the one that's being shown now, you can see that's where a hinge exists, and it's resting against a wedge plate. So I think Lego's done that plenty of times.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an interesting build. I just think that some of this might not be as feasible as they would like to think it would be. But I'm. What was that, Nick?
I agree. That's still very possible.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be great to get it, because that's an awesome castle. It'd go well with the blacksmith, like April B just said, and I don't know.
Hunter says, I'd imagine they'd whip them out quick with their stock to confirm that. I would like to think so, too. It needs to be a physical model. It needs to exist. And they did that with the last program. They made every single set before listing any of it. And there's still time. There's still 20 days, but even that's not a lot of time. But yeah. Curious to see how it's going to go. See, like digital modeling. This one I'm very curious about. You know?
I still struggle to see how that's going to stand up, but
yeah, right.
Especially at that angle, like the clutch on those pieces at the neck. There's so much force pulling them sideways. I just can't, and weight. I just can't see how that's going to stand up.
Do you imagine any more of these are going to get dropped by that point?
See, this is one that I would like to see built in the brick and see whether it actually works or not. Because everything that I've seen of that, okay, I'm
so
wrong.
you see a model right there. You don't see it move.
Well, it's not on the angle that it was in that picture either.
Right. You're not seeing it move, and you're also, more importantly, not seeing it being played with, which is a big thing with Lego. I know this is adults are going to be buying this. It's going to be the target market, but it's got to be stable. It has to. So I don't know that angle, like you said, Dan. I don't know if it just shifts apart. That's still cool, but it also needs to be advertised as such. You know.
Just imagine bumping a table with that sitting on there, or bumping a shelf. How great would that be for you that day?
That'd be fun.
Yeah. I still think it looks terrifying, but
it does. It does.
Yeah. That's just
the diner looks cool too. I wish that would get an update so we can see it, because that's just a random render right now. But
yeah,
that's cool. That's like classic Americana right there.
Yeah, I'd buy that.
Yeah. And it looks simple enough. There's nothing crazy build-wise. They've got standard pieces. The turquoise is there. That greenish color.
I want that sign for my background for my live stream.
Of course you do. And most of that can be stickers or whatever else, So, yeah. There's nothing crazy about that. Well, that clear block is blue. Yeah.
They compacted the whole diner, says Franco. I didn't notice. It's probably a little more succinct.
I like the entryway. That's pretty cool.
Windmill is still cool. Yeah, so we'll know in just 2 weeks. We'll know if any more have dropped or what will be finalized for you to spend your hard-earned money on.
I like the airplane one, the Pursuit of Flight. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's so cool.
A lot of these were updated April 7th, so they probably had a little bit of a, hey, everyone needs to do this on this date, but nobody has updated since. Not really.
Looking back at the safe again, has it been updated? Because there's still a lot of the parts on the safe that don't exist in those colors that have been represented there.
Nope, it's not updated.
Yeah, so that one I can see being dropped eventually, because that is not going to look like that as a final model. Those two befores don't exist. The gold dials don't exist, so I really don't see how they're going to make this one.
Yup.
That steering wheel doesn't exist in gold. So they could do it all in grey, and light grey, but that's
it'll lose its effect. Was April 7th the launch day? It might have been the launch day, actually.
Does lose its effect.
I don't know when launch day was, but it might have been April 7th. I forget. Time doesn't matter anymore. I like this one.
Thank you.
Oh, you can fit a minifig in there. Cool.
Oh, that is cool, yeah.
Wait a second. You gonna fit a minifig in one of those bots?
Yep.
That set just got a lot better for me.
There we go.
That's cool.
Yeah, actually is.
What's that piece on the elbow, on the shoulder?
Ooh, that's cool. Oh, it's
the rounded bottom side, like the.
Yeah, it's for boats.
Yeah. That's a red Lego piece, Dan.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the underside for the boats, like the smooth 2x2.
Oh, okay. Is that a print that goes around underneath?
Yeah.
At the bottom, sort of thing, or it looks, or is it just the render?
Well, it would be a print, but probably not. But no dudes come in that set. Yeah, I presume they don't. Yeah.
Like this piece, Brian? Is that what we're talking about? The rounded.
Yes. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Andrew Latham, Beyond the Brick. Why are you guys promoting this? Well, it's Lego and it's designed by the fans, and we're all about the community, so that's why it's being promoted.
Do you have any other exciting topics you want to talk about and contribute to the show? All right, then we're going to keep talking about this.
Yeah.
I take it you guys talked about Friends in the first half hour, did you?
Yes.
Yes.
No one has a strong opinion except me, I guess. And even then, I don't really.
Oh, about Friends? No, I like it a lot.
Yeah,
I used to watch that all the time, yeah. I don't think
Like
it's $150.
Yeah, that's a bit pricey.
I haven't seen any of the official pictures yet, so...
Oh. I'm sure I could find them.
Yeah.
Well, I could have downloaded them from the land too, but, you know, I didn't.
Let's go on a journey. Brick set. Hey, Brick set. Thanks, man. So here it is.
There it is. Yeah.
2,048 pieces.
I still love the fact that Joey is wearing all of Chandler's clothes and there's a canoe. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I just really liked the show. So.
See, so it was Chandler that invented the clothes renting thing.
Right. It was Joey, but yeah.
No, Joey's wearing the rented clothes, isn't he?
Well, he kind of stole them all because Ross was getting mad at him about getting dressed for the museum event, and then Joey and Chandler got on his case too, so Joey was like, fine, and he just put on every piece of clothing that Chandler owned, and, well, that includes his underpants, so there you go.
Fair. So a question that I have then is they've done this the same as they did with the Central Perk set and made it look like the set of the studio. Can Central Perk hook onto one of the ends or?
Not that I've seen.
No. It still look good beside it, I suppose.
Has anybody seen the physical box of this set?
I have pictures of all sides of the boxes.
Oh, okay.
Did anybody get review copies?
That's what I was.
I downloaded the packet.
That's what I was insinuating, Dan. Thank you. I don't.
Yeah, well, it's just a straight out ask. Who got the review copies? Because I didn't.
I didn't get a review copy.
I saw the speed build of it on Beyond the Brick, which you can check out right now.
Yeah, who was that? Who got that review copy?
Not me.
That's our speed build contributor out in California.
Yep. Well, he got a review copy. So
I am so heartbroken
you need to ask him.
that I did not receive Friends from my favorite mid-2000s sitcom. Man, I'm livid.
Sorry, Brian. Next time.
Dang.
But also, we never have any. All they do is call everything creator expert now, which is so weird when they offer stuff. So you never have any idea what you're actually getting.
Yep.
At this rate, I think Joshua would get any coverage on Luigi if that ended up being a thing. It's crazy. Certainly hope not. But I mean, it looks cool. I love that they made it look like a TV set. It's just a little touch. It's good.
Brian, maybe you'll get lucky and you'll get Seinfeld.
Oh,
You're a big Seinfeld fan, aren't you, Brian? Haven't you said you're?
I'm not like a massive Seinfeld fan, but I like.
I thought you said you were.
I watched a ton of the show with my grandfather, and it's very funny.
I watched it with my mother as well, and I loved that show so much. It was hilarious.
I'm trying to get the Kramer hair to prepare myself for the review, and then it's all going to get shaved off.
Yep, you just gonna slide on in, eh?
Dan Seinfeld.
Oh.
I did my head in. Kramer and George just did my head in.
Oh man.
Thanks,
now Home Alone. Now we're talking.
Man, how long has that set been in preparation?
Mm-hmm. Seems like forever.
It seems so long ago.
I really want to see what that set looks like. I hope it looks good. Or I hope they don't they don't take too much away from the original design, because the guy that originally designed it did like a really good job of everything.
I hope
it's got to be
you guys. I have a copy sitting next to me here.
Oh, it's crazy.
That's great. Show us.
I just hope that it's a vignette with a staircase and some micro machines at the bottom, all in micro scale. There you go.
Joel, have studs will travel Marbella say, was Brian even alive when Seinfeld airs? I thought he was much younger than that. No. Kirk Wilson was still in the womb. I was very much so existing in this universe. Thank you very much, Joel.
I mean, if Kirk was still in the womb, wouldn't that mean that he's existing in this universe too?
Well, right. I'm saying I'm outside breathing air.
Okay.
Right. That's what I mean.
Okay.
What we really need
Nice
is cheers, but I expect Lego won't do a bar. Absolutely not.
No, I want Frasier, personally.
No, you're not getting Frasier either.
Why?
Nah.
Frasier already got rejected once, didn't it?
Oh.
Next, you're going to say Golden Girls, and we don't need that. Certainly
I know,
not.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
not a Golden Girls. Three's Company, though. We could go for a Three's Company set.
Isabel's requesting a Taj Mahal update, Joshua.
Yes, so I just started bag 9 out of 10. So here's where I'm at. So I've got that middle section coming along very nicely. So I'm basically building the dome that goes on top with this next part I'm starting on. I think I'll be ready. I think I'm gonna never build a Lego Taj Mahal again after this. I mean, because there's just the same thing again and again, and I think I'm ready to be done.
It looks very tedious.
I mean, this one isn't nearly as bad as the big one because it's less pieces, but still, it's never enjoyable when you're doing the same thing 4 times in a row.
Well, it's like that part in the instructions where it's like, build this apparatus times 2, but that it's like times 107. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yes.
I did finish the Bowser's Castle now. So
Ooh.
that's
Cool.
I won't pick it up because I don't want it to break. My camera's not really in a position to really. I mean, I guess I could. Hold up.
There's a lot of appendages to it. You can pick up the center section pretty fine.
Yeah, let me just remove the other sections off real quick.
Oh.
And then I'll,
Will Kirk pull a moto? We'll find out.
To be fair, that is one of the biggest downfalls to the Super Mario sets. Is none of them are easy to pick up.
No,
and move around.
Mm-mm.
Right,
It's kind of a bummer.
I'll just take Mario off. But yeah, this is the main section of it, which looks pretty nice. The detailing and everything for the Bowser statue and the texture and stuff in the front. And it also has these extra tower builds that connect. I have to remove those off of there. So one of them has a platform that rotates, and then the other one has the same, but it has the boo attached to it. So that's pretty cool. And then there's a functionality to it for you to defeat Bowser, but I won't really show that because that's going to be super difficult to show on camera at the moment.
If you want to see more, you can watch Brian's review, which not nearly enough people watched when we posted it on the channel.
That was a very long 4 days of doing videos. Just constantly recording everything.
Just a curiosity on my end. It's got the little arch in front, and Mario is... I mean...
You jump over it.
I don't mean to be Zoolander, but how will they get in there? Is this made for ants?
Probably.
Okay.
Wait, is Luigi out yet? Because I've seen commercials about it. August 1st. U.S. International. Let's hope so. Well, it will be so.
Hey, Kirk, do you have the brick-built Bowser? People would kind of want to see that.
Oh, yeah. Right here. It's actually a pretty nice build. I built this before I finished the rest of the castle, and it's a pretty solid looking build. I like it. A lot of the builds from the Mario way for like the buildable characters are actually pretty neat in my opinion. Like they look pretty close to the actual characters.
I remember opening that set, and I think Bowser is bag like 11. He's like the last bag. I'm like, no, bag 1. But all the pieces for him are in one bag.
Yeah, they are.
Can't wait till August 1st, and then, because Brian is U.S., he will have to wait longer. No. Oh, no. It all launches international August 1st.
Okay.
What I am excited about for June 1st is the release of the Harry Potter stuff, U.S. I think I think it's everything. But I'm going to be picking up the minifigures, the big buildable figures.
Okay.
That happens
Is that
to
June
be
1st for you guys or August 1st for you guys?
June 1st.
Okay.
Because there's a
That
bunch
happened-
of stuff that's June 1st worldwide and US August 1st, right?
Like video and a bunch of other stuff too.
Video, my favorite.
Yay, my favorite. It's great.
Did anyone get any of the Harry Potter stuff for review?
Yeah, I did.
Some people did. I saw got like the newer stuff.
They offered up just the playset stuff, so it's all the buildings.
So not
buildable
the figures.
Nah, the buildable figs didn't get offered. Well, not to me. Forks and the chess set, none of that got offered. It was just the 4 sets.
Okay.
I got them. April got them. Potter minifigs got them. Ravine got them. I think. I don't know who else.
Okay, so some people have gotten them though.
Yeah. Playset stuff. I think mine might arrive today.
Exciting.
DHL did not grace me with those things.
Nope, because they were 2 mini minion sets arriving, so they couldn't find anywhere to leave them.
Yeah, I'm just swimming in minion sets. So the brickheads. Actually, I don't even have the brickheads, but the sets swimming. Could have a river big enough to get from here to New Zealand if I wanted to. Be great.
With video.
No, with minions.
Oh, minions.
Yeah.
I got to pick up those minions brickheads to add to the brickheads collection. April built them on stream last night. They look pretty good actually. Not gonna lie. I quite like them.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm liking what's coming out for Lego in the next couple of weeks and months.
Yeah, it seems very promising.
What
Jeff's
happened,
having a
Jeff?
stroke. Are you all right, Jeff?
You just can't handle the minions. It's too much for him.
Just to comment in chat and just.
Oh.
I don't mean to be rude here. That was one of the stupidest questions I've ever seen.
What was the question?
Why don't they make Nazi soldiers?
Obviously, well, they didn't quite do that in Indiana Jones, right? They
Right.
didn't.
They came pretty close. I think
Came so close.
I will show you a Nazi
they might
figure.
as well have. Actually, no, they did. But they did
That's
because
why-
that's
that's
who
why-
they were representing.
That's why Brickmania products exist.
Yep.
Yeah.
No swastikas. Nothing saying he's part of the German army.
Well, right.
Nothing like that. Okay.
Yeah, but
It's fine. It's also a fictional representation of a real life enemy. None of those Nazis were actually there looking for the Holy Grail. None of those Nazis were
Well,
actually
you
there
don't know
with
that. I mean, it's a crazy stuff. You don't know.
None of those Nazis were there that blew themselves up with the Ark of the Covenant.
I mean,
you never know, yeah. By the way, Indiana Jones served no purpose in the first movie. By the way, no purpose. Because if they got the Ark anyway, the Nazis would be like, "Ah! Oh, we're all dead." I'm done.
But then we got a second movie. So yeah, that's not going to happen.
Thanks for coming to Jeff's TED Talk.
Yep.
I'm sorry. It just
So ready for the DuckTales brickheads? Yeah, those are cool. You're not going to get any military sets of any kind, except the Osprey. No. Oh, I'm sorry. You're not even getting the Osprey.
Hey, you might get JK Brickworks, Bricklink flight set. That's the closest you can get. You can a few modifications, and that's a World War I trench scene, easy right there.
Yep.
the closest that you might get to modern military is Jurassic World. Those guys wear camo, and I hate to say it, that's the camo that the Navy wears. So that way, if you fall in the water, you're.
They did do a Red Skull tank once for Marvel. They did, but that was a high. Whatever. Anyways, so now from a word from our spot, do we have a commercial we can air? No,
Please.
Just more Brickmania. Go buy your military kits from Brickmania.
Oh my goodness! Look at this incredible print. Holy, look at this. Buy it.
Buy it. Wow, Brian.
Point out your 5 favorite Easter eggs / features on the print, Brian.
Way to have a fantastic segue into a different conversation. For references, I really like Kirk's robot in the background for the IKEA thing he was so proud of and took so much time to put into. So lurking behind here, I don't think I talked about it with Ray. I think that's supposed to be Kirby right back there, lurking in the background behind my face. That's a pretty good one. I love that Esh Daddy is down here, and the way that now obviously we didn't make this like Lego caricatures of ourselves, but there's still some Lego minifigures in the background there. So that's
right.
Cool references there overall.
Mm-hmm.
And just enough of the Jurassic Park T-shirts so that no one knocks on my door and says, "Hey, let's not do that." So it's great. It's great.
And he appeals to the Canadians by wearing that tuxedo.
Yeah.
Yes. For the low price of $14.99, this could be yours and more.
Nick, aren't you more intrigued with Kirk's fashion choices since it is, in fact, the old Canadian tuxedo?
I'm thankful that he wants to represent.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Nothing wrong with it.
It's not like cultural appropriation or anything like that.
No, embrace it. Go for it.
We're talking about cultural appropriation and Nazis. Let's talk about more Lego, everybody. Who's excited for Mario? I really think... Oh, wait, never mind. Pokemon. Hey.
Oh. The only thing I know less about than Mario is Pokemon, so thank you, Nick.
You got it. Got you.
I was going to say, so we're talking about Mega Constructs now? What's going on?
No. I just did like Tentacool and Tentacruel and Geodude, Graveler, and Golem, and then Rapidash and Ponyta. I did that in the wrong order. Slowpoke and Slowbro. And then we got like Magnemite next and stuff. We're slowly working through it. Adding up more characters.
It's good stuff.
Well, I didn't understand anything Nick just said, but good for you.
I just played through. I'm playing through new Pokemon Snap right now. That's been what I've been doing for videos the past couple weeks. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Nice. How's those been doing, Brian?
Good. People like them. I've been uploading a little bit more on the weekends just because I know people are around a little bit more. There's a lot to the game, a little repetitive, but it's meant to kind of keep you coming back more and more and just kind of chill out with it. So it's cool. There we go. Thank you very much.
Talk about Lego Adidas at all on the channel?
There's so many of them. We don't normally get to all of them, but
I have the Ultra Boost ones that actually use Lego pieces to grab them.
Sure.
Cool.
I don't know what he's grabbing, but all right.
I think he's grabbing shoes, Brian.
Oh, the shoes. Oh,
yes.
Gotcha. Shoes that won't fit my giant feet.
Oh, yeah, we've established that on the stream.
Yeah, what size shoes do you wear, Brian?
11.5 wide.
Oh,
those are cool.
Right. Bloody small feet.
So interestingly, these are actually pieces underneath there. You loosen up the laces, it opens up. It's weird that it doesn't use like a traditional Lego-like connection. Basically, this plastic has holes in it that you can shove the studs into, and that's kind of what locks them in there. But it's definitely cool. It comes with enough to do like the shoes in any color you want. I chose to go with like an RGB pattern. But I'm going to change them out for like lime green to match more of my quote unquote branding. But I think it's cool that like basically anyone can just get their hands on. It's 36 2x2 plates. And then you can make the shoes basically whatever color you want.
Ooh.
Okay. And they're really fun. I like this style of Ultra Boost best for anyone else who's fans of Ultra Boost. These are based on the 2018 style. And these are my favorite so far.
What do you think about the other colored ones that came out?
I don't like those as much.
Yeah.
I will say very interestingly, and I apologize, I have worn these a couple times. The soles actually have quote unquote studs on them.
Oh.
That sounds uncomfortable.
It's actually not bad. It's like, and again, apologies, I've worn these, so they're not perfectly clean, but those are actually textured studs. They're very soft though, and honestly, like you get kind of used to having them under your feet, and they frankly feel quite comfortable. I was surprised.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I wonder if sneakerheads are going crazy about these shoes.
That's who it's for.
Yeah?
Yeah. Now, yeah, if you put lights in them, you get the light up shoes. You might have me. Not that I would wear them, but like that'd be a bit cooler.
You gotta put in the pumps from like the early '90s. You gotta pump them
Right.
up.
Oh, I remember those.
Did you ever wear Reeboks?
Yeah,
Isabel's asking you, Nick, how long until those worn shoes are available for people to rent and wear?
Just a couple weeks, and then we'll get them up there.
Right.
I will say another cool thing was I don't have the box. I don't remember where I put it, but it was really, really cool that the wrapping for the shoes was designed to look like Lego instructions. So there's like the thing, and then there's actual steps to like assembling the shoes. So like just some small mods like that. I think they made these extra cool. My one complaint is the shoe in the picture changes colors. So it goes from gray to white. The actual shoe is white, but I actually like the way the gray one looks better. I'm kind of sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're nice shoes.
Cool. There was other variety. Was it from Adidas as well? The multicolor ones?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those ones are a bit more more bold.
Mm-hmm.
I can probably pull them up just for the sake of doing it. But
They're ZX 8000s.
was that English? Hold on. Adidas, Lego, what?
ZX 8000. Sorry.
Thank you for translating it to American for us.
Yeah, there you go.
I knew what you meant, Nick. No worries.
Thanks, Jeff.
Ooh, okay.
You're
All
welcome.
right. Boop, boop, boop. If you want to share my screen, you can. So this is what the other shoes look like. There's this variant, and there's also more boldly colored ones. No actual
original.
Yep, that's the original.
That one I
Yes,
don't think you can find
original.
anymore. But then these are all the new colors.
No.
Yeah, those are pretty cool, actually. I don't know if I'd go with parakeet yellow personally.
Yeah, I got a joke here I'll withhold, but yeah, there's the yellow. There's green. Can we get a different view here? Yeah, there we go. Okay, there's the underside.
I don't think I like the green as much.
I like this display shot. Nice job, hashtag marketing.
Oh, yeah.
Those are cool.
Is that Adidas website in the US that you're looking at?
Yes, the Adidas US website.
Sweet, cool. That's not how it's pronounced, but okay.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
you can
It's
be wrong.
Adidas.
And I have this argument with my girlfriend all the time.
The Adidas brand of shoe.
I remember the first time I heard someone say it that way, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that's so ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's
almost
German.
as bad as-
Adidas.
It's almost as bad as GIF.
GIF.
They're almost, but not quite.
Don't start on that. It's
Oh, boy.
hang on. What? Hang on. What's this? Who's for GIF? Who says that?
I don't know, Joshua. Who says that?
Oh God, Joshua. Oh no! Now I'm not going to get the email for next week. See you guys. It was nice knowing you.
I understand. Brian, if you got the blue shoes and the yellow shoes and you use the shoelaces from either, that could be Bricks O'Brien new branding right there.
Yeah, but I'm all set, you know?
Adidas sponsorship right there, man.
Okay, but they don't come in wide width, and they're $140.
Oh. Well.
Right. Yeah. Hey, if you're a Lego store employee, buy this one.
Absolutely.
This is one you can wear.
I mean,
You could wear the red ones too, actually. Red or yellow. They let you get away with it. Or are they going to tell
those
you
red
no?
ones. Man, I need new red Beyond the Brick shoes to wear to commit. That's a great look. I think that'd go well.
Gosh,
So
you
the suit is yellow, right? It's red.
It's
Right. The shirt is yellow that I wear with the suit.
Get the yellow shoes.
yeah.
Oh, that's true.
That's a tax write-off right there. You hear that, John? You hear that? Tax write-off.
That's a Heinz 57 waiting to happen, Joshua.
That's nice. I like that.
But there's no wide width. My fat
I know.
feet-
My shoes all come in white, or I have to wear white shoes as well, so that's probably not good.
Wait.
Nah.
Do they have my size? I don't.
What size you, Kirk?
Size 13.
You're a size 13?
Yes, I'm a size 13. I have my shoes right here. I'm a size 13.
That's huge for an 11-year-old, Kirk. Is that like how do you?
No,
Love you,
Joe.
buddy.
You don't go up a size for wide width. I'm tired of this conspiracy. You're lying because then you have the front of your shoes that are like flip-flops.
Right.
You're a liar. You're a liar. Okay. You have this much air in the front of your sneaker, and then it click, 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 click when you walk.
For
No,
such a cultured individual, I'm surprised Joseph Zavalato would mention that.
he's a liar. No, they don't have size 13.
Oh, they don't. Then.
And they're $140 because these are the designer sneakers. So,
Brian, and anytime that you tried to stuff your feet into those things, you could make a video about, I know when I'm about to conquer the Mushroom Kingdom, I gotta have my game shoes on. And then, like, flashing lights and crazy techno music. Like, all keyed to Mario. Bum, 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 bum,
no,
bum.
it would be catered to my theme song.
Well, I mean, you could do that.
Sure.
You could work the theme song into the Mario song and get a mishmash. Yeah?
They go up to size 14.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So
I only see size 12 here, but
he's for that one color, which I mean that's fine
Yeah.
because I don't really like the blue.
we have
Also-
size 13, but all in blue. Okay.
Deanna says that that's not a tax write-off.
Who says it?
Deanna.
Deanna? What does she know? She's not. She's an accountant. Whatever. The IRS is fine.
It's a
It's a
tax
workout
write-off.
fit.
If I'm wearing it to conventions, it is.
Yeah, it's a work outfit.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you could just consider it uniform, eh?
It is.
Right. I
100%.
mean, I'm buying it for the exclusive purpose of wearing to Lego shows to work.
But then I think so over here. I think for uniform items, it has to be branded. So I don't know whether this would consider because you get away with buying safety boots as part of a uniform if they were required for your job. So Lego themed shoes. Why not? Why not? I would argue it to
requirement.
Inland Revenue.
I won't.
Nah.
I won't argue with the professional who probably knows a lot more than me. So,
Mhm.
oh yeah, she says you're right. You have to have your logo on it.
Put a sticker on it. You don't got to tell the IRS. Just write a sticker. Get it embroidered. Hey, what if it gets embroidered on the front, on the very front of the shoe, beyond the brick? Hold on, bam, right here, right here.
Yeah, just get the red ones and then
Guys,
just
it's easier.
yeah.
Can't you just post a picture on Twitter and call that content and call it a day?
Well, right. See,
Yeah.
that's the other. See if they make it. If they make an appearance in a video, then that
Literally, yeah.
probably would cover it.
Done.
Dodging evasions. Well, we
Okay,
don't
so-
have time here.
All John
you've
has
got
to
the
do is
red
show my
ones.
feet.
The Brickman, who's based in Australia, who does Lego Masters and stuff over here, he had some custom shoes painted or they made for him, and there's some videos of it online. One of the other RLFMs did some stuff on it. It wouldn't be too difficult to just put your logo onto the yellow shoes. It would fit perfectly. Just custom paint a little logo down back of the heel. Boom, job done. Tax write-off.
There's so many ways around it.
Okay, so what color shoes do I need to get if I need to put my logo on it?
Blue.
Blue? The blues are too bright.
Yeah, you got a powder blue for your branding.
Yeah, I'm stoked that they go up to size 14 because
Yeah.
that's my size and
Oh,
very,
Dan, do gray because
Very
the
really.
separator.
yeah, right. $240 over here.
That's yeah.
Okay, well, at least they're on our website. Last time I checked, they weren't on the Adidas. So how you
Jake,
say it?
Jake
Adidas
says,
website?
Jake says, no, I am here for tax talk, not Lego. Exactly. That's what it's all about them taxes.
Is there a? So you said Jake is streaming it for like in 45 minutes here, right?
Yeah, he starts. Yeah, yep.
So we can
45
try to
minutes.
do the same thing we did last week then.
You want me
can
to pad
indeed.
for more content? Mamma mia! Here we
Yeah,
go.
I just started the final bag here, so I'm gonna
Oh
finish
my
this.
goodness! Oh, the Dalmatians got revealed. Hold on, I can talk about that.
You guys are crushing it on Twitch today too. You had over 20 in there earlier.
Oh, nice! Thanks to everyone joining on Twitch.
Where's my Beyond the Brick emotes, huh?
Well, if you explain to me how to do that, then we can look into it.
Hey, I'll be back, everybody. Just a quick few.
How do we make emotes, Brian, for Nick to use?
You
Ugh.
need to be affiliate first, so you guys
Oh.
you're not there yet. But like you need more streaming hours, but you'll get there. And then once you hit that, you'll get loaded up with the potential to
yeah.
have up to 5
It's
emotes.
not going to do the trick. You're right.
What?
Yellow's way too bright for my personality, April. Sorry.
Once a week would not be enough. They need
Yeah, we aren't
Use,
serious enough streamers.
what needs to happen is I come back with the Star Wars Skywalker Saga gameplay live streams.
Ooh, that's right. Pad those numbers.
That's how you do it, baby. Speaking of padding for numbers, we're padding for time here. So I got the Dalmatians for the Brickheads that got revealed on Brickset here, and obviously, can show them. So I built them while I was having a hankering for getting a puppy. So I built the 2 Dalmatians. They're very cool. They're all printed elements on here on the very front. So if you want to make a little baby cow, you can.
Really? Printed? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's exciting.
On the top, you see those parts as well. They detach like so. And so they're on like their hind legs here. That's pretty cool.
That's really nice.
Yeah. So they're very cute. And I hope the issue with them coming out with these dogs, right, is they have the dogs and the cats, but there's so many types of dogs and cats, and they don't release them at a rate quick enough where I feel like they can satisfy, because people are like, oh, but you have a Dalmatian, but where's a German Shepherd? If you guys come out with a German Shepherd, there's always that argument of people that are going to want their breed of dog, and that's never ending. So, like, I think they should release these at a little bit quicker rate or something. Like one a year or one every 6 months is not quick enough. And there's so many varieties of dogs and cats you can do, but they are very cute. I love these 2.
So now you don't need to buy yourself a dog.
Well, let's not one day. But there's only 2 stickers. On the very front, there's the dog bones, as you can see. And there's also the paw prints. They're right there. So those are the only stickers on the set. I don't know why they're stickers and interchangeable, but I like them. They're brickheads, so they're not overly complex. But yeah, if you wanted to use these prints for maybe like a carpet or something, like a carpet pattern, that'd be pretty cool.
Oh,
but
right.
I enjoyed the build.
How much are they?
Ooh, great question. I think 15.
Okay.
They are, as according to Brickset, numbers 131 and 132 on the number for the box. So if you want your completion, there you go.
Okay.
Set 40479. They are, I don't know how much. Doesn't say. Oh, I'm sorry, $15. $15.
Okay.
And available June 1st.
All right, gotcha.
So I guess they did do German Shepherds before. So yeah, but there's other dog breeds, obviously. Chihuahuas, etc.
Yeah.
It'd be hard for them to cover all of the breeds.
Yeah, I mean, they can hit the more common ones. I think Dalmatians were an interesting choice because not many people have Dalmatians. They're not a super popular dog breed. And they're, as far as I know, Dan, you would be of anybody to correct me, it would be you. But aren't they like pretty difficult to take care of overall? They're not very common for household pets.
I wouldn't say they're any more difficult than most dogs, but yeah, I agree. They're not super common dogs. You don't see too many of them around. And, my wife and daughter are involved in dog agility and lots of dogs in various clubs and competitions. You don't see Dalmatians often.
Right.
They're sort of, in my opinion, I think a Dalmatian is like it's like a specialist dog. You get one because that's the one you want.
Yeah.
And I think they were made famous by the movies, 101 Dalmatians, and this sense that every US fire station has a Dalmatian in it.
Right. I think some of the more popular dog breeds nowadays would be probably Shiba are pretty popular right now. Huskies, Corgis. So maybe they would go in that direction for future ones, just in terms of like popular breeds.
Sorry, what's a Shiba?
The Shiba Inu, I think. Is that how you pronounce it?
Shiba Inu, isn't it?
Yes.
So
a little, the Doge?
Yeah, Doge.
Doge.
So, fun fact about Dalmatians and firehouses. So back in the day, horsies were afraid of fires, right? Like, wow, going crazy, fires. The Dalmatians were there to comfort the horses so that they wouldn't get crazy and run off with the water.
Wow.
I've wondered about that before. Thank you for that fun fact.
You're welcome.
Here's a picture of a Shiba. You want to share that real quick. It's like a very cute puppy.
Oh, that's like a
Oh.
what do we call them? They're a Japanese breed.
Yes. Yep.
It'll come to me eventually. Yeah, they're
They
not
look like
that super
corgis.
common.
Yeah, kind of like corgis.
Yeah. I'm surprised Dachshund isn't a popular dog breed.
They're not super common.
It is.
April makes a good point though, like golden doodles, labradoodles, cockapoos, all of those sort of traditional pet dogs that have all been mixed now to make your more handbaggy dog or designer dog is what we consider them to be here. They are all the rage still, and to be fair, I think a lot of that's been just driven by the fact that people put ridiculous prices on them, but people pay for it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So let's see. General Brick Productions asks, how many types of dogs does Lego make? I know they made German Shepherds, so they made Dachshunds, they made a Frenchie, they made a Golden Labrador with the new townhouse. I think that's it.
Brickheads, there's only 2. There's only this and the Shepherd.
I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about the minifigs. My bad.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Akita. Franco's got it. The Japanese Akita.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we would call that dog.
Yeah.
Husky
would be awesome.
Husky. Yeah,
Sorry,
made a
go ahead,
husky
Joshua.
too.
You showing that dog reminded me of Dogecoin, which reminded me of the fact that Elon Musk hosted SNL this past weekend. Did you see the very strange Mario sketch that they did?
I was watching intently.
I gotta watch it. I usually watch
No, you don't.
It was
No,
I mean, it's exactly what
in terms of the SNL videos, but
it's exactly what you'd expect with Elon Musk hosting SNL. Just completely ridiculous.
The Gen Z hospital was horrific. It was so bad. So bad.
That's actually one of the few I haven't seen yet, because I just watch them when they upload them to YouTube usually, like later, so I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah. It was basically like everyone talking as if they were from Gen Z, diagnosing somebody who's like dead, like, dude, no cap, he's like super dead.
Oh,
like
God.
legit. They're all talking like that. I'm like,
that sounds
oh, Brian.
bad.
Yeah, but that's kind of the point for getting the reactions. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's also a husky and a wiener dog and probably more. Yeah, for the molds, but not necessarily for brickheads yet. One day, hopefully.
There's been quite a few molds. They did a bulldog. They've done
terrier.
The little terrier. The Friends have done a couple of dogs that don't really represent a breed as such, as just a little round dog-looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
I had just said in the video, it just went live, I think, while we were doing the show, but I did a video about top 5 Lego themes that need a comeback. And in that video, spoiler alert, for one of them at least, I said Friends. And it always bothered, or not Friends, Elves. And it always bothered me that Elves, just like with Friends, has all these really cool animal molds and everything that are totally unique to anything else, but they didn't give it eyelashes. Like they're all not more realistic looking, and it's like you could get so many more possibilities out of it if you just didn't do that one little thing.
I should have recorded a bonus number 6 for Lego Western that we threw in at the end of that video.
No, there is a bonus at the end of the 5, so you clearly
I haven't seen it.
Did not watch the content that's on your own YouTube channel.
Do you think I watch anything that you send us?
No, of course not. No, I don't even watch my own videos, or my own live streams. Once it's done, it's done. But there is an honorable mention in there.
I figure John will mention something if there's anything too ridiculous that you do.
Yeah, he totally would. But yeah, there is an honorable mention. I'll say that. So stay tuned until the end and watch the video. Leave a comment on what you think what Lego theme should come back. I know Cranky Bricks on Twitter was like, "Why isn't Lego Paradisa in the thumbnail?" And I responded, "Because Lego Friends already exists." So Paradise is not one of them. Sorry, Justin.
Yeah, Paradiso wasn't that good.
Nope.
Nope.
Not at all.
Cool windows, like window pieces, but.
Yeah.
Of course, Zoom piped in with space as soon as you said top
Hey,
5.
Chris, go watch the video. I'll say that. Go do that.
Did you at least say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Brian?
Go watch the video, kids.
Aww.
Give us more ad revenue, okay?
Lego Access, the best comment all day so far that I've seen. Easy.
Yeah.
Top 5 comebacks, Lord of the Rings. Yep.
Can you people just watch this video and just hear what I have to say?
Oh, we don't need to watch it. We can just sit here and discuss
Play
it.
it right
We're
now. We can all watch it on the screen.
Man, what are you on? Pay-per-click or something? Oh,
That's true.
pay-per-view?
At this
Rock
rate,
Raiders. Rock Raiders would be pretty good too.
You realize this is what we're going to talk about for the next half an hour. This is going to be what everybody's top 5
We need to put together a strategy for us to reach a Twitch affiliate. So what else can we stream to get to that point?
I have something that's coming out soon enough, Joshua, that I think we're going to have enough watch time and enough stream days to warrant becoming Twitch affiliates. Wouldn't you agree?
Is it a one and done thing?
No, it is a thing that will take literally like a month.
No, sorry. I mean, affiliate. So, like, once you reach it, can you lose it if you don't do enough?
No.
Okay.
It's permanent.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah. So if we take a solid month to build like a really massive, like a crazy amount of pieces for a set, that's kind of unorthodox. Build it over the course of a month. Be crazy, right? Maybe something like that. We'll see.
We'll see what we can do.
Oh, the big thing on Twitch streaming though, Joshua, is the hot tub meta. Have you heard of that?
I have not.
Guys, I got this one on lock. I'm ready.
Hey, there we go. So on Twitch, there's a subdivision of people that literally just stream in a hot tub.
Oh,
okay. Just chatting? Or are they like
talking to very vulnerable young guys in their late teens?
As if it needed any more promotion.
Right. And then
what?
I'm glad I did not know about this.
And then they write donations on the pool floaties or on their skin and give themselves ink poisoning with Sharpies. It's great.
Brian, when I come visit, I know what we're doing.
We're not doing that. That's a scandal.
Oh.
No.
That's a scandal.
Oh, what if Dan was there? Then the three of us could just be sitting in a hot tub talking about Lego, smoking big, huge cigars.
So if you want to make a lot of money, Josh,
even I'm sort of feeling a little sick inside at the thought of that, Jeff, and I'm in it. I'm sorry, a little bit of vomit came up in here.
No, same.
Oh,
yeah.
So basically, we sit in a hot tub and build Lego, is what you're saying, Brian?
Yes.
I could be arranged. I have a hot tub.
Oh, we all go to Nick's place?
Oh,
I like that idea.
And then, you know what? Because we're doing content on it, it's a tax write-off. You hear that one, John? You hear it? And we get some poutine. And as long as we talk about business for like 55% of the meal, tax write-off. Bam, there we go.
Oh no, perfect. April, I am listening to Brian's nonsense. No, sorry, there's no way to escape it.
Yep.
Oh, I love it. Hey, you know what we could do? We could stream John playing pickleball on our Twitch page. Also, get us to affiliate status.
Yep.
The Wide World of Sports featuring Beyond the Bricks' own John Hanlon.
Pickleball games to make up for our lack of content.
Yep. That Facebook live stream is going to be wild. Oh, all the Facebook people are going to be like, wait, what? What do you mean pickleball? Kickstarter for the Beyond the Brick branded hot tub. Ooh. Get some branding on the sides.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Twitch, you know who made their way over to the Twitchiverse, Joshua?
Jang?
Yeah, the top 0.1% of all content creators.
Ooh.
His stuff is good. I watched him play Dark Alliance last night. He's very cool, calm, and collected. Nice fella.
Nice.
And the reason he's doing it is because he's intentionally fragmenting his audience, which is like against the rule book of what you do, but he's doing it. So, hey.
Jeng's always gone against the grain when it comes to that. Like when they asked, I think he was asked to be an ambassador or something like that at one point. And he was like, no. And then when Hinkle offered to do some art for him, he was also like, no. So it's like, oh, okay, Lone Wolf McQuaid. That's a Chuck Norris reference, everybody. And yeah.
Speaking of playing video games on Twitch, so I was playing Fortnite recently for the first time in a long time, and I don't have an account, so I just like logged in as like a guest basically, like, so you just start at level 1. And it was the best I'd ever felt playing a video game because everyone is so awful at that level that I won 3 games in a row, and I'm like, wow, look at me, I'm so talented. They were so bad that I'm so bad at the game that I can never tell what direction anyone's coming from, even though you can like hear people and stuff walking. So everyone always had the drop on me, but they were so bad that I could kill them anyway. So I was like, this is great. I need to play with more bad players. Anyway, that's my recent Fortnite experience.
Well, okay, wait. I feel like we need backstory here. You can't just be like, yeah, I decided to play Fortnite out of the blue 3 years after it was like insanely popular.
I've played a handful of times in the past, but I was with a friend and he had his Switch, and I was like, I finished Mario Odyssey recently, so I didn't feel like doing any more in that. And I was like, you know what? I'll try Fortnite just for fun. Since I haven't played in a while. It is enjoyable. I like playing. I'd like to play more. I should. Do you play that, Nick, or do you not?
I haven't played in a very long time. Destiny has hooked me back in recently. So,
gotcha. Yeah, I need to play more. But the problem is if I'm playing against any like actual decent players, I die so quickly in a game like that it stops being fun, which is why I don't play very often.
Yeah,
hey, Joshua, let me tell you something. I know what you're going through. I try my best to play with my friends, and it's like every single time I die, and I'm just like, you know what? I don't even care anymore. I just mess around the game. That's it, and I get off. That's how bad I am.
Or he ignores you for 2 hours, and says, "Oh, don't worry, Jeff. I'll come and play. Don't worry."
No.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm just trying to give you ideas for content because you and I are hilarious together.
I know. We could
Wait,
definitely...
Kirk's funny?
No,
that's rude.
You sound just like my friends. You honestly do, and yeah. Okay.
Wait, Kirk, we're friends.
There it is.
Oh boy. But no, we could do that at some point. I just was like busy fixing my shelf. I wish I could show you guys, but I can't really show you.
Oh yeah, busy fixing your shelf, hanging out.
Yeah, I wanted to remove like a lot of the.
Don't worry about it. No, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm used to getting ditched. It's all right. No worries.
Anyhow, though, there was a thing I did that's non-Vision Bricks related. Brian knows because he ended up replying to it. Isn't that right, Brian?
Yes.
I don't think he remembers because he sounds unsure. He doesn't remember. Anyhow, I'm on TikTok now, and I know I was like the strongest advocate for not wanting to do it, and now that's a thing. Yeah.
I told I mean, everybody should be on TikTok at least for like just seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
And I messaged Nick about how he wasted all his time being at Apple when he could have been TikTok famous this whole time because he's already popping off with like 3 TikToks.
2, not 3. Don't go.
Wow.
Yep, that's a thing.
Well, Nick, talk about the TikTok strategy, man. Why and what and how?
Why? Because whatever TikTok's algorithm is just has potential to literally let anyone build up a decent audience. I've definitely seen a lot of streamers use it effectively to build up an audience on Twitch. People going from like 10 viewers to becoming partnered within a few months and stuff like that. If you can figure out how to use it effectively. Now, I don't think there's really a rhyme or reason to why things go well on TikTok. I think it's a lot of just throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks. Because like even in between the videos that have gone quote unquote viral for me, Like there hasn't really been much rhyme or reason for why. Maybe something with the video style, like keeping it very short clips that are switching quickly. I feel like is something I see a lot. Something that keeps this generation's very short attention span attentive. But yeah, I don't know.
Well,
Just
remember us when you get famous,
out
Nick.
there is really the best thing I can recommend.
Nick, I know that you don't typically. This is going to sound coarse. You don't typically work with people, but you might want to message Brick and Mad. She just hit 22,000 subs on TikTok, and she's kind of figured out the pattern. If you want to, maybe.
I'm always I've been trying my best to find more people on TikTok. What'd you say the name was?
Brick and Mad, BRICKEN _MAD.
Nick is a lone wolf. He doesn't like working with other people.
That's true.
I'm really bad. Like I don't like to ask people. Like I love the idea of collaborating with people, but I don't like asking.
I'm the same way actually.
Yeah, I get it.
Which makes us ripe for doing a collaboration of some kind, maybe like beginning of June or something, Nick. That'd be cool.
Maybe could be interesting. Seems like an interesting time of year to work together with somebody.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, we can figure something out.
So Nick's gonna build and you're gonna talk.
My people can talk to your people, Nicholas.
Sounds like a plan, Ryan.
I'm on the last little minaret here, and then this build is done.
Your last little one?
The little minaret on the four corners of the Taj Mahal.
English? Minaret?
It's like the little like spire things.
Oh, okay. You got to dumb it down for me, man.
These here.
Oh yes, nice. Sorry, don't mind me. Still signing autographs here.
Oh, sorry to interrupt.
Oh man. Brian and Nick Nintendo collab build? No, I can't build to that skill level, but I there's something there. We'll
look. I can carry, but I can't carry that hard.
Yeah, I'm a big guy, I carry all the charm and charisma. Nick carries with all the building. That's how it goes. And I'm obviously kidding. Geez, Brian, get a dictionary. I don't know all the terminology. Sorry, April.
He doesn't know every word. You can't expect him to know every word. I mean, he's too busy learning the names of all of the Pokemon to know a word like minaret.
And also too busy signing autographs, like I said. Joshua finished his homework prior to stream. There you go. He did.
So I just thought of two things. First thing, Dan, when you were a wee child, did you ever watch Magic Monkey TV?
Not that I recall.
All right, so apparently it was a show based on the Monkey King lore and everything else, and it was horribly dubbed, and it was broadcast in Australia. My buddy Andrew was telling me about this, and it was a magical experience. I watched one of it and was like, what's happening here? Regardless. The second one is, for this hot tub stream Brian's going to put on where all three of us are together, Dan, we get the swimsuits from Borat.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, we're good.
Okay, that took a deep dive.
That's a lot of... These last 30 minutes always go rogue. They do.
Hey, we're hanging in there so that we can start a raid train, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is like just getting desperate, eh? Desperate. Everyone's like searching their brains. What else can we talk about? Anything.
You people don't want to hear me talk about... Ooh.
It's all finished. Look at that.
Pretty dope, yeah.
It looks fantastic. Nice. Yeah. I mean, just like the big one, it's so cool when it's on display. It's just the build experience getting there is the struggle. This top part comes off. You can see inside there. There we go.
So how long do you think, with that being on the shelf, until the older one is retired?
No idea.
Yeah. That old one is pretty ancient by Lego standards.
Well, given it's the second time round as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't they re-release it as well?
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, just the re-release. It's on the shelf now. Okay, last 15 minutes. Q&A sessions. Do you like Lego Knights? How many Lego Knights do you have? Anyone
A
on the
lot.
panel?
Yeah, I love Lego Knights. I have a couple of them that I'm building for the Inmock, and I don't know, maybe 30 or 40.
I'm gonna have a couple more when I open the Creator 3-in-1 castle.
You sure are,
Ooh.
Joshua. You sure are.
What, this thing here?
That thing there.
I do like them. I don't have very many. I think most of the Knights that I have probably came from when my sons were smaller. Would have been that, early 2000s castle range.
Dan, when can you talk about that castle?
When? Not today.
Oh, no.
No, we've still got a few days to wait for that one.
I still have the blacksmith sitting over to my right. I'm just waiting to build it for once we get into the new house. That's going to be a stream about, the blacksmith build and just, talking about all the things.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, it will be.
I really want to. Oh, go ahead. Finish that thought.
I'm sorry. I've always really liked the Forest Men. Like, I prefer that over Lego Knights, and I think Joshua's with me on that as well, so.
Definitely towards the top of all castle-related themes is Forest Men, yes. I mean, who doesn't love, like, the Robin Hood type idea? I think that's great. But I was going to say, I really, to just artificially pump up our Twitch numbers, I just want to stream video games, but do it like Brian did on his Racer stream, where you just point the camera at the TV. So it's like zero effort, like very, very low budget, and then we're just streaming that on Twitch, just to get enough hours in.
That may still be the best piece of content I've ever done for this channel.
Some would say so, yes.
Just get a jar of peanut butter and point the camera at that. You'll get thousands and thousands and thousands of viewers.
You know what actually happened recently on Twitch was somebody did a live stream where there was a intersection in their town, and everybody that drove up to the intersection where there was a stop sign would drive through the stop sign, and they just streamed the corner. And they said, nobody stops at this. And then as somebody, big streamer, promoted it, more and more people kept watching and watching and watching. There were thousands of people watching an intersection to see whether or not cars would stop at the stop sign or not. And that's actually one town over from me where the live stream was happening. So, like,
so did
I
you
thought
drive
about
through
going.
the sign?
I didn't know where exactly it was. So I thought about going there and like just checking it out. But then they took the live stream down because the neighbors are like, there's random people showing up at all hours of the night, like trying to get on the live stream. But it goes to show you that literally anything, if you get the right person that sees it and promotes it, it can be just like,
that's
wow,
so crazy.
I would have loved to see Brian pull up in, like, his new vehicle, but with, like, the Bricks O'Brien skin, like those advertisements you can get that you can put on your car. And just Brian looking out the window and like, pointing at the Twitch address and then just driving off.
Yeah, but then everybody in the chat would be like, oh, you're such a shill. And then they'd all go over to the channel and then spam it, and that would not be good.
Yeah, but the thing about that is, though, if you did that consecutively for 30 days... then you'd make partner.
Yep, that's it.
I'm not good at strategies.
I finished autographing all the prints. They are ready to go.
Where can people buy them?
You can buy that on the Etsy store, ladies and gentlemen. They're all in gold. So the initial idea was that, Josh and John would sign in gold, me and Kirk would sign in silver, but I forgot to tell Kirk to sign in silver. So he signed it in gold, and I'm like, well, I can't be the only one in silver, so they're all signed in gold.
Oh, wow. Your grand plan fell apart. Man, Kirk,
Yeah.
you just had to go and ruin it.
To be fair, I didn't tell him. I forgot to tell him sign it in silver, so that's on me.
Mm-hmm.
But it still looks good with all of us in gold anyways. I just wanted it, like, variety. But that's
Link in the chat for anyone watching who wants to buy one. Still available.
They'll be around. And if I end up going to a show or something, I plan on putting them all, I think, in the tube, so they're just ready to go. So if there's a shot that they're still available, like as shows come back and I have them, I'll sell them that way too, whatever. So
Does
That
anyone
works.
know anything about Lego wind-up motors?
Nope.
Yeah.
No clue.
Oh, no, me either. I have to look that one up real quick.
Alright. They're
We
old.
Unfortunately.
They're very, very old. Yeah. Okay.
We're getting more Twitch followers the longer the stream goes on.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to follow it, Twitch, we raid into Jake Studs. So
Here's
that's
a
good.
question: what year did you start making and creating Lego?
Is that for like any and all of us?
Sure, why not for everybody?
I mean, I've been building since I was like 3 or 4 and never
Right.
break.
I never remember a time without it.
Yeah.
Pretty much
I
same
did
for me
it as
too.
a kid. Yeah.
Early 2000s.
1985, give or take.
I got a question for Josh, and this may be better off stream or not, but I'm going to put you on the spot right now.
Oh no.
This is the second week in a row that we're going to raid into the beginning of the raid train. Do you guys officially want to be added to the raid train? I'm sure we can make it happen. Think about it.
We should just do that if we're well then though are we obligated to go a certain length of time every week? So maybe we don't want to do that then because we don't necessarily always go this long.
Yeah, you would have to go till 8 or till
Oh.
whatever this time is every week.
Okay, well we probably shouldn't do that then. Sorry, Dan.
Well,
Nope, it's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine.
That's why I think I said it to Dan or I didn't bring it up to Joshua because I'm like, normally we don't go for 3 hours, but sometimes we do, and when we do, it's good. But when we don't, it's like, oh, now it's just me trying to improvise more Lego related topics so we don't talk about tanks or something.
Oh, speaking of tanks, so there was a question in chat here that made me think of tanks. If you guys were made into minifigs, you could have your minifig put into a set. Which set? So for me, it'd be one of the Brickmania tank models, and I'd be the commander, like on top in the turret. That would be me.
Holy, how long have they sponsored you?
A very long time.
Make
I
it
don't know.
happen, Brickman. We have all these campaigns for all these Lego sets happening. What's it going to take to get you two in a set?
That's
Yeah.
true.
Legit.
That would be amazing. Like would would you have us in the red polo shirts or in like period appropriate gear?
It would
Red
be
camouflage.
no. I think it would be period appropriate, but like underneath would be like the red polo shirt. You could see it poking out, something subtle. So like somebody who doesn't know the show could still get it and like not know, but it's a reference. Like
And like the faces and hair would look like us.
yeah, absolutely. Why not?
Oh, I'll talk to Lando. Does the minifigs over there? I
Yeah.
like that idea.
Legit.
We should.
Like a modern combat bulletproof vest or
Right.
something, and then the red polo underneath it.
Yeah, they've been sponsoring this channel for literally years. Like, come on.
Yeah, and we worked with them so closely. We got them over to the Tank Museum in England, and they made a Tiger tank for them and everything. So I mean, we've done a lot with them. Where I think it'd be appropriate to have beyond
Okay.
the brick minifigs.
Here's what I'm going to do for you guys, okay? Instead of advocating for Princess Peach's castle for the time being, because I know it's a big ask for a multi-billion-dollar corporation, I'm going to focus this energy into Brickmania, getting you guys made into minifigures in a set or some capacity.
Oh wait, this is a brilliant idea as war correspondents. Oh, that's such a good
one.
idea.
Yeah.
In a Brickmania. Oh, I love that. So what a lot of people don't know. So within my my interest in military history, I've done a lot of research over the years into war correspondents and like the way that they affected the public's view of war and that sort of thing. So that's something that's like very near and dear to my heart as a topic of research. So that would be really, really cool if he included us. You could have
Yeah.
John with the camera, and it'd be like, yes, that's a great idea. So good thought there, chat. We'll get on that with Brickmania.
You could have like a red Humvee instead of a tank, right? And like Joshua, you could be riding shotgun with an M16, and John filming. You know, or you driving and him filming, armed with like a 9mm, and just being like,
Right, and you don't need to make it bright red. You make it like dark red. You make it like tastefully done.
yeah,
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
because we've covered so many Brickmania builds. There are like tens of millions of views on Brickmania builds on our channel. So there's a lot of overlap in the fandoms there.
yeah, definitely. You gotta make sure you get the little yellow, like not maybe the logo, but like a little marking on the armor on the vest, with like just something to symbolize beyond the brick there. You know, the camera can have like a lift-up rocket launcher. You guys could be like secret agents. I don't know. Joshua's microphone is an old German grenade, and you just throw this.
So many possibilities.
I fully support that.
I like it, Brian. Keep pushing for that. I appreciate you transitioning your mini resources from Princess Peach over to Beyond the Brickmania crossover.
Right. I mean, to ask something of a multi-billion-dollar corporation, even though it would make them a boatload of money and make at least one guy very happy, I think this is a lot more feasible in this moment. So, I got to aim for the stars, but also think realistically here. So, Brickmania, get your act together, and let's make it happen.
What's the hashtag going to be, Brian? That way I can help out with this movement.
I don't do hashtags. I just will it into existence, Jeff. I don't need to summon an amount of people to... My word is the word.
The power of his signature, just time and again, just brings it into existence.
Let's just make it happen. Okay? I don't need thousands of people to get it trending. Beyond the Brickmania. Wow, that's good.
That's perfect.
Wow, that's so good. Oh, man. The chat is just on fire with good suggestions.
Beyond the Brickmania it is.
Wow.
All right.
Perfect.
So, Brian, what set would you want to be in if you found yourself as a mini... Well, wait a second. You already have a minifigure. But what set would you want to put your minifigure into?
So would it be selfish in terms of like a Bricks O'Brien branded set or like a different set?
Dude, you do whatever you want. Doesn't matter to me.
Okay. So you see the bird logo? Bird right here? Polly the parrot? I would want a brick-built version of Polly as a robot that the minifigure could go in, and it could be like a flyable mech.
That'd be awesome and hilarious.
Yeah. And it would be a cool-looking set, too, because it's like a square parrot. Like, you could pull it off. That's what I would want to do.
Kirk, what about you? If you were a minifigure, well, I think you already have one.
I do.
But what would he be in?
I want a cool mech that I could just be in. Even if it was a mech that was in the style of the sig fig, that'd be cool. But something futuristic, I would like something like that. Like sort of has an 80s sort of look going for it.
That'd be nice. Kirk, the first thing that came to mind when I thought of that for you would be some sort of spin on a Tron bike, but it being bright pink, 80s pink.
That's actually nice.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's possible. I gotta look and see. I wonder if the parts, probably not from that actual
the life cycle
set. I wonder if those parts come in those colors or not.
Probably not the banner set.
Yeah.
The banner piece.
Yeah.
It's an orange from Nexonites, but not not pink.
Dan, what about you?
To be honest, I'm pretty boring actually. The first thing that popped into my mind would have been in an ambulance or a hospital set, because that's sort of my history.
Oh, absolutely, bud. I get that completely. Nick, what about you?
Oh, I do.
There we go.
There?
Sorry, the mic. If I were to be in a set, I don't know. It's a hard one. I think it'd be cool to be a spaceman straight up. A simple little print on a spaceman be more than enough for me.
They haven't done a purple spaceman yet, have they?
Purple or lime green would be good.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
No, they've done pink.
Or navy blue. I'd be down for navy blue.
The purple spaceman, Brick and Nick themed would be very cool.
Yeah,
would be very game for that for sure.
Maybe with a lime green helmet and visor that's purple.
No, I want to keep it simple. I like the classic space, the solid color with the logo. All you need. Maybe with the Brick and Nick logo instead.
Yeah.
Given that was inspired by the classics.
Oh,
and it also loves to get an ideas project made into a set, so there's that.
Man, I was really hoping for you on that Cybertruck. That's probably... I want to own one day, and that set that you made and everything else was just amazing, dude.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I may give that one some second life at some point, because we're getting a lot closer to the actual launch of the vehicle, so it would probably be fairly logical to give it a second go.
But you have a current project you should remind everyone about, and they should go over and vote for it.
I do. It's actually in front of me right now. I'm trying to think of some ways to bring some life to the project again. So maybe looking at doing some recolorings of the bricks. But it's the Lego brick pattern. Easier to show this way. Thanks, Josh, for the easy segue on that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did a life-size or a large-scale 3D version of the original Lego brick pattern. That would be a cool way to commemorate the thing that has allowed us to enjoy so much Lego building fun, showcasing kind of what allows the bricks to be connected the way they are. And this also converts into an easel, so you can rebuild the frame here into an easel that the build can also be displayed on, so you don't have some wall space to hang this up on your wall with one of the new little wall hanging pieces. You can actually build it to be displayed on a desk or a shelf. So versatile model.
Search
We
brick
need this
pattern
to
on
happen.
ideas and go vote for that.
I'd put that up on my wall with the
Me
wall
too.
of art that we have. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, and I think it's a pretty interesting build. It's got a large mix of like regular studs up building and then snot building and some fancy stuff to connect all of the different bricks on here. There would be a lot of printed tiles, hopefully printed. I don't think Lego would torture you with stickers for something like this. But the way that those can be added on, I think, is still pretty interesting and fun. And yeah, the build without the stickers looks pretty cool because there's just a ton of snot work behind all of it, which you can get a little bit of an idea from the back. But a lot of it's actually clean because they're just brackets on the inside of the build, which you can't really see anywhere. Yeah.
For sure.
Good
Yeah,
work.
I'd
Good
be-
work.
That's real cool.
I'd be a Ghostbuster, by the way.
That would be a good one.
Just been waiting patiently for the whole time for someone to return the answer. Return the question. Jeff, if you could be a minifigure... Oh, sorry, you already said Ghostbuster.
It's okay.
Cool,
I'd probably be a big fig because I'm a big dude.
Slimer.
Yeah, Simon.
Or
So-
Stay Puft.
Yeah, Stay Puft would be.
That's
the
something
natural.
they missed the mark on, or at least haven't done yet. Stay Puffed in some way
Yeah.
for Lego.
Well, Brent had that design that he wanted to use.
He
And
did.
he set it up to Diaz, and then some company was like, meh. So he was like, okay, whatever. It's on Rebrickable right now for free,
Yeah.
which I'm
Okay.
kind of working
Big
on.
version, eh?
Well, but now if they did that scale with the new Harry Potter stuff, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Really work.
Yeah, it would.
I don't
They
think
have that. They could do Galactus, Giant Man. Those are kind of the more obvious ones, I think.
I don't think Stay Puft would be the right.
Be close enough.
Well, I mean,
If you compare him to the size of the headquarters, that would be. I mean, it would be smaller than the headquarters, but it would be better than. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking scale from the movie and everything else,
Yeah.
and I'm putting too much thought into it because I'm not.
Yeah. Right.
Hey, it's 3:00.
It is 3:00. We're waiting for.
Alrighty, let's get to that raid going.
just
Jake
I-
Studs.
I just pulled up Twitch, so you got to remind me what to put in Twitch chat to do this.
I'll do the thing again.
It's live. Woo! Great time.
Any one of us could do it. So.
Nick will be the hype man.
So, Josh, I just put it in the private chat. If you put
Okay.
that into your Twitch chat, you will see that as a
Yes.
thing.
That will work correctly.
Yes, it will.
Ask
Okay,
that
then
about-
everyone watching on Twitch, go enjoy Jake's stream.
And anybody on YouTube, if you want to continue the Lego content, go to twitch.tv/JakeStuds, where everything from the Beyond the Brick audience will go into his streams, and it'll be a whole big time.
We'll have a good time.
Yes, of course.
All right, there we go.
Well, then, that's it.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, Josh just went for it. Didn't say bye. Nothing.
No, he went for it on Twitch, but not on YouTube quite yet. So we're still live on YouTube.
Oh, right. We're still, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, goodbye, everyone on Twitch. And
I guess I
you should have said something first. You don't have to do it the moment the timer ends, Josh.
Okay, apologies to everyone. This is why we continue to struggle to get Twitch viewers. We had more Twitch viewers today than we've ever had before, though. So.
Oh, boy.
Oh, thanks to everyone who watched over there. Sorry. I did say I hope you enjoyed Jake's stream, but I guess we could. Well,
That's
anyway.
right. Twitchers are used to that anyway, because half the time you're getting an outro and then you're watching somebody on Twitch do their outro and they're in the middle of saying something really important and then it just flicks to the next person because the time has run out. It's hilarious.
We'll go with that then. But thank you to everyone watching on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter as well. No one left on Twitter, so that went well.
As always.
We will be back next week with more building and chatting for everyone. Until then, enjoy all the Lego content from all of these wonderful people on the stream. Sure, there'll be lots going on this week. See you soon.